Hello, everybody. We are here for trainer training day 2. I'm joined by Destin, Monochrome, and I think Tarumi shortly later. But we're going to see a lot of races coming up. We're going to see the first few rounds, and day number 2 points are doubled. So even though we had some teams do incredibly well last week, it's still anyone's game.
Yeah, and I didn't expect you to intro, Brickbat. You're feeling pretty responsible today, huh?
I don't know. I just said it. It was silent. No one else was saying anything. And like when you do the countdown, it's usually someone else introing. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. I feel good.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at all the thumbnails people have, and that's crazy. We're starting on Mile, as we did before, and let's check in for a brief moment with Team Ray, because they're the team that's looking the most synergistic.
Oh, they're starting? They're starting? Oh, damn.
Yep.
Hello, Team Ray.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
How are you doing? How are you feeling heading into day 2?
Good.
Very-
Very
amazing.
confident.
Good first. My entire lobby is different. My entire lobby is different.
Mine has one different one. I'm not surprised.
I was saying I've been like labbing all week, and like I'm labbing against phantoms because I thought I was like fighting these guys, but it was actually 3 niche flowers and like a trench coat.
It's okay. I will prove to everyone that Maru is the best girl. And I couldn't run Chiona, but it's fine. I took her dad instead.
Alright, so Barry, you're the one in Mile. Tell me a bit about how you're gonna win.
How am I gonna win? I rebuilt my nice nature. She has S Mile and S Turf as well too, so I'm very proud of her. So she is adorable. She also has curvature this time around. We're here for a good time. We're here for a very soulful time.
The team soulful, for real.
Yes, we're the true team
For real.
soulful. That Christmas Ogre, not soulful. Us, very soulful.
Oh, that's soulful shit.
All right, and any last words before we start?
Happy birthday, Fuji!
Happy birthday,
Happy
Fuji!
birthday! Thank you, Marie.
Yes.
Yeah, we love Mama Ray.
And Hishiaka Bono is there. She's hungry for competition.
All right,
And
let's head back up.
she's not
She's
toxic this
hungry.
time. I did not do any toxicity. There is no.
All right, well, let's get started. And let's take a brief look at all the Umas, of course. And I'm not gonna forget to the screen share. Where is it?
They're out here somewhere.
There we go. Okay. So first up is Sketchy with a Taiki shuttle. This Taiki is it the same one as last week?
That looks pretty familiar. I think it might be. Let me double check my notes. I didn't take notes this time because the room matches got put up a little bit later than last time, so there wasn't enough time. But I can look at last week's. Did it had straight descent? Did it have like a bunch of stamina? I have my notes. It was giga overstammed.
870?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's the same one.
Super stand.
Yep, and I'm just going to speed right through here. Lots of debuffs, but my eyes are, of course, on Junior Jam, the turf terror of the previous week. Rickbat, how many points did he get?
I think he swept, didn't he? First place. It was just all the way to the end, complete domination. I'm good friends with the Jamster himself, and I mean he was gloating a little bit. We were talking about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I swept it. It was awesome. I feel he feels really confident going into this week, and I think he was very, very pleased with his performance. So I think he's going to be looking to repeat that again, and he certainly has the means to do it."
Yeah, well, we'll see. I guess you'll be play-by-playing this one.
And I'm trying to look. I don't think too many people remade their Umas for this one.
I know
Pretty curious.
Jesu was grinding for sure.
Yeah, it did look like just from that brief overview we saw from the Maya as a front, I think it had dodging danger, prudent, and the groundworks. So I think that'll be something to watch out for. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean Uma can go anyone's way, but the one with the most stats and the most skills is probably going to be pretty advantage. And I think we're all going to be looking at jams throughout these races.
Yeah. It might have to do with the sprint lottery nature of this distance. If you just have one with more useful skills, like the stat lines are going to be marginal.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there is one new Uma. Nolly played Manhattan Cafe last time, bringing the Daiwa Scarlet this time. So other people, they might have remade their Umas, but they stuck with the same choice. But that Daiwa is going to be our only new contender, period, for this category. And they're off to a strong start.
Yeah, I think the die was pretty interesting, especially seeing that you want to do some counterplay against the dominant frontrunner of the lobby, and Daiwa can do that, since if she's in second place, she can get the accelerations off and kind of win from there. So we'll see what can happen as we are starting to enter the mid game. We're going to see that Operation Cacao come from Junior Jam as well, which I think this Mahono Bourbon is just in such a good spot right now.
Yep, and with the addition of the Daiwa Scarlet, it does actually lock this Taiki out of shooting for victory, potentially. We see her pushing on the Mihono Bourbon, and it looks like she is going to get up into fourth, so she'll be okay if she can repeat that across all three of the maps. And they're getting ready to go into the late race.
Yeah, late race is finally approaching here. Junior Jam's still going to maintain the lead right now, which is going to be so good for the Bourbon. The angling and scheming almost a certainty. But look at that. Taiki Shuttle is now going to be shooting up. We saw her on the outside. We're going to see Rice Shower for a little bit following that Taiki Shuttle. But Taiki Shuttle's looking really good right now catching up. But no, seems like Junior Jam's going to be pulling away with the Bourbon. The distance actually going to be closing a little bit. Is there going to be enough time for the Hishi Amazon to maybe close in? She's going to be approaching. She's going to potentially be overtaking. No, Junior Jam hangs on with the velocity proc at the last second of the race, is able to continue that streak of dominance here into the second week.
I think that was dueling. I think that 1200 Guts Bourbon just dueled that Hishi and clutched up.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've been so impressed with Guts builds in performances lately. Even though it wasn't like a completely serious tournament, the Mambo Cup, which was hosted by one of the players in this tournament, Wolf, the person that won didn't even capped out speed. They had capped out Guts and took third place out of everything. So being able to get that Guts edge, especially when everyone else is still popping the, kind of in the 1K wits power range, being able to match that, but also have the 1200 Guts on top of that can really make a difference. And like you mentioned, it probably what won Junior Jam the race again.
Yeah, I mean, we would have to look at it a little more in depth to be 100% sure, but I'm pretty certain that was the main contribution in that situation. Just
something
because...
I did notice during that race was something a little bit unfortunate for Sketchy, actually, because I believe it was Jesu's Mayano Top Gun procced a really heavy velocity bomb going into the final corner, making her swing out super wide in front of the Taiki Shuttle, thus consequently making Taiki also swing super wide to try to pass her after activating her unique. So we saw at the end there, she was basically in Narnia all the way on the far outside, losing so much distance from having to go that far out. So if that didn't happen, this could have been a slightly different race.
Yeah. I also want to point out, just continuing that, the Taiki Shuttle, specifically from Sketchy, has been placing pretty damn consistently. Hasn't been winning, obviously, since Jam has been taking all of them, but has pretty consistently podium throughout. I think only one race hasn't been Sketchy on the podium, so still really good performance from him. But obviously, I think that means that no matter what, Jam's going to be the lead scorer coming out in the mile bracket, no matter what results we see from the rest of the races today.
Yeah, I mean, getting 4 first places, I think even he would have to go like 9th, and Sketchy would have to win both. I think if that happened, Sketchy would overtake him, but yeah, otherwise it's pretty for combined day 1 and day 2, of course. For day 2 alone, if he went 9th, he would not be doing great for day 2 alone. But
yeah.
All right. And Charles is actually saying it was intended, the Maya was built to target Taiki Shuttle, which is quite the strategy. It looks to have worked, but we're heading on to Tokyo 1600 now for the mile. Any thoughts on this track and how it might change things?
Tokyo 1600, something we did not have last week that we do have this week, is going to be that Nishino Flower unique. I don't know who have rebuilt their aces for it, but Nishino Flower unique is much like Taiki Shuttle, a 3/4 place activation. But unlike Taiki Shuttle, she does not have a fixed activation zone. Her unique is tied to the late race itself, while Taiki is tied directly to the middle of the final corner. So only Taiki herself is really able to get activation of Excel from using her unique on this map. But for anyone inheriting Nishino Flower unique, they will have instant acceleration provided that they fulfill her her Nishino Flowers preconditions, which she has to be kind of blocked in the middle race, which basically means she needs to be challenged by someone running side by side her during the middle race, and then when she enters late race in 3rd or 4th place, she will get that Excel from Nishino Flower unique. So I don't know if anyone's opted to do it. We do see a Rice Shower here actually having it. That stats are a little bit unfortunate, but Umamusume is an Excel game, so if she can hit that, anything can happen.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else actually ended up going with an Nishino parent. I think Redshift is also something that's relevant on Tokyo 1600, if I'm remembering correctly. So those are a lot of potential excels from the Rice Showers. So, just hit, and that Rice Shower could take over the entire race.
Unfortunately, Redshift, no, it's not. Wait, this is Tokyo 1800.
Uh-oh, the room was reading correctly.
We've had a mishap.
Oh, no.
All right, well, it's fine. We can figure it out after. We can move on to the next race for now, though.
Yes, so maybe it was just foreshadowing from Brickback, because this next race is a map that Redshift will work on, Nakayama 1600. The XL zone is actually basically right into the final corner, a small step in, so anyone who has that Redshift is going to have that instant XL.
Yeah, so that's good. That's a potentially very strong Rice Shower then. We'll see though. Obviously, it'll be dependent on what ends up hitting, and yeah, with stats like that, like you mentioned, a little bit on the low side, so a bit scary. Gonna have to definitely have to hit those in order to be a first place contention. So bit scary for the Rice Shower, but hey, not the first time we've seen Rice's pull it off. So we'll see what happens.
And anything can happen in horse racing. We have a lot of front runners who are going to be dependent on either if they have Redshift or that angling and scheming for this race. And only one front runner can have angling and scheming. If that one front runner misses, suddenly 4 people in front of you don't have acceleration, and that Rice Shower, being in that 5th or maybe even 4th place slot, if she overtakes somebody, could take it. Even if without the max speed, Uma is that acceleration game. She can get to max speed first ahead of everybody else, and being a pace chaser, having faster end game velocity, she can challenge them for it.
Yeah, I will say as well, something I learned actually is that UG1 is like a sneeze away from SS rankings. So I initially, when I saw this, I was like, wow, this is like Mahona Bourbon's like a cut above everyone else. But like, no, it's like, it's genuinely like maybe 30 stat points, like towards the upper end or something like that.
And a lot of those stats are going to be going into that Guts. And while Guts does have a small calculation into your end game max speed, most of it is going to be going into either HP or the Guts dueling factor. And as a front runner, you're not going to be dueling a lot of the times as one solo out in front. So it's not as scary as it might seem, despite all the results that Junior Jam has accomplished so far.
Yeah,
it's the skills doing the work there.
Yeah, again, day number 2, points are doubled, so even getting the 2nd to 3rd places can make up even if you don't get that first in these last 2 races. So everyone's going to be wanting to still podium it up as much as possible in order to put their team as ahead. We're going to see the horses going to be out of the starting gate as well. We see the front runners now going to be pushing up a little bit. We get to see that Daiwa, the Mayano, and the 2 Bourbons. And obviously, Junior Jam's Bourbon incredibly strong, but it looks like actually Daiwa's going to be the one taking the lead for now.
Yep, taking the lead until that Operation Cacao comes through. Just, and with the escape artist, this Mihoto Bourbon character has a lot of mid-race built in. Good old the IKEA front runner, everything comes in the box. Taiki pushing up a little early here. If she's not careful, she'll end up PDMing, but it looks like she's going to be safe. We're just past that 50% mark. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like Nice Nature's in 7th. If she could creep up one more position, she'll be in a really good spot. Have to see if she can close that gap and get into 6th.
It's a really difficult position to be in, though, especially now that we're going to be approaching the final stretch now. As all the Umas are rounding about the final corner into the final straight. We're going to see if that Hishiyama might be able to do a repeat of that second place, but it isn't looking good for now. But we are seeing a lot of these late surgers now pushing their way up. But unfortunately, the distance is just too large again. We are seeing the Hishiyama's Amazon coming through. Nice Nature, us following her behind. And this time, it might be a different story, potentially. No, again, Mihono Bourbon's going to pull it through for Junior Jam. And the wins just keep coming for Team Wagent. Unfortunately, Ishi Amazon is going to repeat her previous performance, but just isn't enough. Though on day 2 here, you are going to be pretty happy with the second place.
Yeah, and I noticed there were not a lot of skill procs coming up on the right side. I think the only golden excel I saw hit was Furious Feet. So I wonder if Taiki actually pushed up a little too far and might have been in second, or if something happened there. It looked like she missed her unique. I think it does still have a little bit, is it too late on this map? I was trying to wrangle the new room code for Tokyo 1600, so I might have missed the track layout.
Yeah,
quite sure.
Really good performance in the first 2 rooms by this Hishiyama. Actually, kind of like not sure if this is planned, but a very heavy velocity bomb near the end is actually very good for this Hishi Amazon. The reason being is because on that final corner, as we saw in the first and this map, a lot of those pace chasers are just battling it out and forcing themselves into the outside lane to try to overtake each other, thus leaving the inside lane totally open, as we saw in the first and this map. Hishi Amazon basically beelining, threading the needle through the center, finding that spot, saving the space to make her run down the final stretch, and not having too much mid race kind of affords her that, because if she were to push up too far, she could end up in contention with that pace pack and pushing her out, making her swing wide. But because she focused on that later velocity, she's able to wait out basically the pace chasers to get out of the way before making her move.
And yeah, now that I looked at it, yeah, the Taiki, even if I don't know if she missed it or not, but it would have been way too late for this track. So my bad. I got a little caught up in the admin work and missed what track we were on.
Right, but we're gonna be swapping on over to Tokyo for real this time, 1600, and we can talk about the track again.
Yeah. Recap from last time. Redshift doesn't work.
Redshift does not work, and so the one to look out for this time is going to be that Rice Shower. It has been rough for her in this first 2 rooms. She is competing with that Taiki Shuttle from Sketch. Taiki just built with that inbuilt Mile Maven so strong on the mid race. Like it's really hard for this Rice to kind of take over her spot and get into that 3rd, 4th position. But there's always a chance, right? A couple of missed procs, some pace ups, and a little bit of unfortunate from whoever the last front runner is, and we could be in a really solid position.
Yep, we're almost ready to head into the 3rd race of Mile. Just waiting for the room to be started.
I tried to spectate and it wouldn't let me, so it should be good.
We're on now preparing. We need one more button.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let me go do a little ping.
So far, though, score-wise, looking very, very good for Junior Jam and Miasma, right? Team Jackalaka making up a lot of ground with those double second places.
Yeah, that's big as well, because if Jack is going to repeat that performance that he had from last week, he's got that Gary potential. I mean, as the one who came up with the term, I mean, he ain't called LeBron for no reason,
Yeah, LeBron James of Uma, but the 2nd highest point total of day 1. How curious.
Yeah. Hey, LeBron was a player. He wasn't a coach, He was out. He needed to be out there in the field to do his magic.
No, I mean individual point total.
Oh wait, really? Oh wait.
You know who got highest individual point total day one?
It was Junior Jam, man.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like for his like category, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
LeBron
right.
James of dirt.
The lobby is just about ready to go, which means we should be getting into a race in just a second here. And although we were very afraid of Nishino Flower, the lack of prep time kind of made it so a lot of people stayed with or just didn't utilize her.
A little surprised about that. I've been really impressed with Nishino. I pulled for her because I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna be a pace chaser player. So I pulled for her and I was really impressed like how good she could be. I mean, her growths are like absurd. 15% speed, 15% power. It's so easy to get like a god run with hers. But even if you wanted to go like guts or do something like wild or something like that.
Heading to the last race, let's see if Junior Jam can pull out another hat trick.
It was looking dominant the first time. This time, I think Miasma's Hishi Amazon is a very consistent contender. If one more thing goes right, that could be what determines the first place here.
And she is an end closer, and this map is one of the only maps. Well, it is the only map where that Hishiyama can utilize her spurt. You know, she only lost by very small distances in the first two races. Maybe with that additional acceleration advantage, she'll be able to take the win this time.
We'll see. But again, it's hard to beat the consistency of the easy bake, everything in her kit, the front runner, Mihono Bourbon, and many other fronts trying to challenge. It's going to be very difficult in the mid-race to even attempt an overtake.
Yeah, and we are seeing a slower start this time from that Daiwa, maybe unfortunately missing an acceleration. Those two Mihono Bourbons really pushing out, but something to look out for is that right shower. She is finally ahead of that Taiki shuttle. Maybe this time she'll be able to get to that acceleration spot. She is the only Uma in this room that has Nishino Flower, and she's closing in on Daiwa Scarlet right now, overtaking her in a really good spot, super far up, approaching the final corner. I believe she does have that Speed Star ready to activate any moment now, approaching the late race in that good spot, prepared to pass.
Oh, that's
Shadow
huge.
Break.
Nishino Flower unique available? And Budding Blossom procced, but she is so far on the outside. And keep in mind, this right shower has the skills, but the stats are a little bit lacking. Will she be able to beat this dominant Valentine Bourbon? And the answer is looking like no. She is still maintaining the lead. The backliners desperately trying to catch up, but it's a perfect 6 races from Junior Jam. 6 out of 6 first places. Nice Nature manages to get second place, and that's a lot of points on the board as Miasma defends third.
Super unfortunate again with these. We've seen it time and time again with these pace chasers in these, front heavy lobbies. Overtaking on that final corner just forces them out so far out. She basically she activated all of her skills there in that front pack, going into the far outside lane, losing basically all of her distance that she gained for herself. So super unfortunate. Unfortunately for the Hishiyama, I was watching her as well. She ended up activating her skills into getting blocked by Nice Nature. Unable to claim her potential win for herself this time either.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate here. But importantly, right, very good points on the board for Team Jackalaka. Brickbat mentioned it earlier, but if the team can step up and Jacka can replicate the day one performance, this team could just win it all.
Yeah, I also want to point out Hishiyama, the Hishi, actually doing pretty damn consistent for an end closer, even despite that box that Turi mentioned earlier, still managing to get third. That's no small feat, and that's pretty scary. Running end closers and late surgers can really blow up in your face randomly sometimes. So hitting that consistency with an end closer is actually pretty impressive. So that's going to be some very helpful placements for Maya's team as well.
Yeah, that was a second, third.
Yeah.
Quite impressive. we will have to head on to the sprint soon. Please don't start the races yet. I'm begging.
Please don't start.
But there's our first track. It's Kyoto 1400. Let's talk about it.
Kyoto 1400. So this is going to be another Nishino Flower map / Taiki Shuttle map if anyone has opted into it. The Excel zone is going to start directly in the center of corner 4. So if anyone is, I believe that we had a couple of Taiki shuttles last week. So I wonder if any of them changed, or if anyone has decided to run Nishino Flower herself, actually, because not only is this map is going to be very good for Nishino Flower, the upcoming map, Chukyo 1200, is going to be that straight XL map, CM9 map, I believe, for the sprint that we all ran. It is not going to be having any corners at all. The XL zone is going to start on that final straight. But the nice part about Nishino Flower's unique is it does allow her to activate instantly on the final straight. She is not dependent on any particular zone. It's only the late race, final second half of the final corner or later.
Yep.
And based on what Dice Queen said when we did that little mini interview with Ray's team, I think we are going to see some Nishino Flowers in this category. I believe the quote was 3 Nishino Flowers in a trench coat. So it sounds like we are going to see a very different lobby composition this week compared to last week.
Yeah, this horse is just so easy to build, especially in sprint where distance aptitude just doesn't mean as much, and you could even like go into turf or anything like that. Like, I just find it incredibly hard for a Nishino to not be incredibly strong on sprints. It feels like she's just going to be such a dominant force. I'd be very surprised if we didn't see a Nishino, or if there are 3 Nishinos here, that like none of them would podium consistently. I'd be very, very surprised.
One thing to look out for is going to be that Nishino Flower unique precondition. Nishino Flower been out for a couple of days, and I've been seeing her usage in our 5v5 game mode. And even with pace-heavy lobbies, there's always a chance. There's always a chance that you never end up getting challenged on the side during the mid race, especially during a short race such as this. You get a little bit further ahead of your competitors, and you just proc the right skills and you stay ahead. No one ends up challenging you, and you never activate that precondition to get her unique.
Yeah, it could definitely be something to look out for. I am very curious to see the stats, especially because normally, the expectation, is what we're seeing essentially there, right? The 3 S's or 3 double S's. So when everyone's rocking that and everyone is in the position that they more or less should be without any like weird stat discrepancies, interesting 10 or 1,000 guts here. But going back to that, if everyone is in the position that they're supposed to be, it should lead to decent activations. That being said, I'm looking here and there's actually not too many pacers. We see the Taiki, we see the Nishino, but I didn't see if we missed anyone up front. That was also a pace.
Yeah, we do have the return of the Akebono front from last week. I had high hopes for going into it, but she ended up just missing the dueling procs on the races. So I'm pretty hyped to see if we can see something different happen this week.
Also,
yeah.
Can we get a fact check real quick? Is it actually Rainplosion's birthday?
What?
Oh, it is. Okay. I did not trust Sparks. Happy birthday to Rainplosion. We'll have to definitely stop by the VC.
By the way, for those who don't remember, Dr. Spectre very nearly swept the last one. And that Smart Falcon looks particularly terrifying.
Yeah. Oof. But out of curiosity, really for my analysts here, would you rather see 1200 power, 900 wit, or 900 power, 1200 wit on sprints? Like this is for me, but I'm just curious.
On sprints in particular, I do think I value the power a little bit more, just because the the sections where you are going to be able to pace up, the first 12 sections or so, it's a little bit shorter on sprints, justifiably, right? So you don't have a lot of times to do many wit check rolls to get speed ups. So that power to really just get out of the gate, get in front, get ahead, and especially going to the first corner where we see a lot of Umas line up and get blocked, getting in the forward position there is going to be key to determining whether or not you can win the race. And just having that strong power to finish off the XL, because sprints just generally don't have a lot of strong acceleration, is going to be pretty important. So I do think I value power just a tiny bit more.
Also, keep in mind, we're seeing 3-3-3, 3 front, 3 pace, 3 late. When's the last time you saw a lobby as balanced as this? I'm used to some disturbing distributions.
Definitely, there was at least one disturbing distribution last week, and I'm interested to see what happens there, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So in here, we do have those 3 paces. That means we only have the 1 slot for that Niche No Flower unique, so it's going to be a bloodbath in the pace pack.
Bloodbath in the pace pack. Wow, the shape of those words is so nice. Right, Brickbat? You can back me up here.
Wait, what was spoken, or like the physical words on screen?
No, what was spoken.
Yeah, those were soft words. Those were beautiful soft words.
Yeah.
I like them.
They were not angular.
No, not at all.
And as someone who in real life is a competitor to Nishino Flower in terms of size, although she might be a terror, I'm down for her to win.
That's a little bit of a late start, it seems like. Seems like she finds herself in 6th, maybe 7th, I want to say. So she wants to proc her unique, she'll have to push up. But it does look like she is getting that side block continue time if they are on a corner. I believe it has to be on a corner, right? So with how long the opening straight is on this one, I don't think they're on the corner just yet, but they are now. So it should be okay.
Yeah.
But they're still...
This battle for position is so dangerous, too. The Taiki Shuttle pushing up quite a bit, and that's going to make it difficult for these Nishino Flowers.
It is, yeah, because they also have to be in the 3-4 position, and even if they pass the Summer Mario now, actually, if Nishino Flower pushes past the Summer Mario, she will be in 4th. It might be just in time.
Oh, Reye! Oh my goodness! Do you see the chain of skills there? So many activations, and Nishino Flower is going to rocket into position. You can see in the mini-map, number 1 flying forward, but has to contend with the terror that is Dr. Specter's Falco. Smart Falcon still in the lead. This Nishino Flower desperately trying to get the win, but this Smart Falcon is looking too good. Wait! From the top ropes! King Halo almost did it!
Oh my, she was teleporting almost. I thought it was going to be so much further away, but then she just kept going and going. I almost wondered, did the Smart Falcon stam out or something? Like, it seemed like she slowed down. But that would be crazy with 1,000 guts. So that King Halo must have just procced a ton of skills.
Yeah, that was a proc. Now I watched the replay. She didn't change stance or anything. That wasn't a stam out or anything. That King Halo just went there.
Yeah, being King Halo player myself, I'm very familiar with the scenes. King Halo is basically an end velocity bomb kind of unit with her Ogre-esque unique with 0.45 velocity, actually, if she can activate it. So getting that, dueling into her unique activation in the final 200 makes her rocket forward. And we almost saw her take it there, but unfortunately, the Smart Falcon just had too much of a lead.
Yeah, if that was Mile, King Halo wins that. And notably as well, I saw that for a second. That's Sprint S Turf S. That's like potentially the fastest Uma on the field. Almost certainly the fastest Uma on the field at the end of the race. So it really is like you mentioned, just potential velo bomb out of the King Halo. Unfortunately, not going to be enough because on Sprint you just don't have the space to make up for it. But it is something that can happen. And now I think this King Halo is going to be the one to watch.
Sprint
the conditions.
Sprint S Turf S is crazy.
Yeah, that one's crazy to hit. I mean, like, what parents give that? Like realistically, that have good affinity with Halo.
Affinity with King Halo, not many. One of the most unfortunate things about playing King Halo, unfortunately, is she just does not have a very good affinity with a lot of units. But if anything happened, if it hit, it hits, right? So one thing I do want to point out is another unfortunate situation with that Hishi Akebono. Unfortunately, her unique only works in 3rd to 5th, and she keeps having one of the other frontrunners late start and being behind her, basically blocking out of her unique. We saw it happen 3 times last week, and it's continuing again this week.
The horse is too good. The horse is too good.
I almost wonder if it would have been beneficial, because I believe she has taken the lead and groundwork. So I almost wonder if it would have been beneficial to just like drop taking the lead.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
potentially.
you
I mean,
have to-
it's a
you have
little
to
bit
deal with-
dangerous, but
Yeah, it's a little dangerous. You have to deal with the pace chasers right behind you, right? So it's like hard to find a good balance. I don't mean dropping it all the way, but just to like early lead instead of full TTL maybe. But
yeah, it's just honestly really unfortunate. Those Falco and Samamaru in front of you, you are not thinking that Hishi Akebono is gonna be in 2nd place, right? So it's just really unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, when you have Kiss for Courage and Sparkly Stardom, 2 of the mid-race uniques for frontrunners, it is pretty unfortunate when you find yourself in front of one of them somehow. But hopefully it is not a continuing trend.
Yeah. One thing I want to think about as well is the Nishino Flowers. I mean, we were talking nonstop about them, and we had a podium, but just barely. And I'm not sure. I've lost a little bit of confidence in the pick. Maybe, obviously, still really good horse, but we just haven't seen the Nishinos show up. I was expecting even a Nishino sweep potentially, but that is yet to pass. So very curious to see. I've been very excited. After that first race, this King Halo has excited me a lot, and it's hard not to root for the King Halo in these situations here.
Yep, and I mean, of course, we have talked about the King Halo and the Hishiaki Bono, but we didn't really talk about the Smart Falcon, the Dr. Spectre, the one that actually won the race and won 2 out of 3 on day 1. Just a really dominant performance, and once again, it looks like the Hishiaki Bono is just off to a much better start than the Summer Marzinski, but pushing ahead of even the Smart Falcon. Of course, once Sparkly Stardom kicks in, once Sparkly Stardom kicks in, it's gonna be wait, okay. I don't know what's going on.
It's a super crazy situation here. I mean, especially with a race this short, velocity can go pretty wild.
Yep, and I mean, maybe you don't need the Hishiaki Bono unique if you're just in first. Being in first generally means you're gonna win. We do see Shooting for Victory coming out of the Taiki shuttle though.
Yeah, and there it is. The horse is going to be running down to the final straight here, but it looks like Smart Falcon's going to be keeping the lead for now. Taiki Shuttle now making a bit of space, but is it going to be enough? Hishi Akebono trying her best, but Smart Falcon is going to be the one keeping open. But now, finally, the photo finish. King Halo, once again, is going to be attempting to pull, but it's a 5-man dead heat. Who won that? 5 horses there. I've never seen that.
I've never seen a finish that close, but I think the dueling on the Hishiaki Bono, I think clutched out at the very end and held on.
Head
No,
nose,
that's
head
Smart
nose.
Falcon,
That's
right?
Smart
That's
Falcon.
Smart Falcon by head nose. Oh my god.
How did Smart Falcon hold on? Smart Falcon also has 1,000 guts, so I guess it makes sense.
That's crazy. I mean, once again, just like when in a world where everyone just has 1,000 plus on every single stat, it's just the person that wasted those 9 other runs to hit the 10th guts build. That I guess that's what it is. It's that was crazy. That I've never seen a race that close. I think in casting so far, that was insane.
Yeah, crazy finish, and I do have to point out, it did happen. Nishino Flower did not get her precondition activated, and I was wondering when it would happen, because I do see it happen, more often than I would like to happen in 5v5. So I after some thought, I was thinking that maybe this unique is a little bit harder to work with than you might think of. Having that 2-second precondition, you don't really think about it, because you're like, you should surely it'll happen at some point, right? But if it doesn't happen, then you just lose an acceleration, one of your core abilities. So really unfortunate.
Yeah, and especially if you're building a horse that has innate acceleration. Like, what else are you getting? You kind of plan around it. If it's not hitting, your horse is just not going to deliver. And like you mentioned, I mean, that's what it is. We see our two Nishinas just bottoming out in 6th and 8th, I believe, respectively. So that's a bit of a sad position to be in. But again, King Halo trying so hard and yet just inch away from getting the upset. But right now it's a Smart Falcon sweep.
Oh, don't like feel too bad for the King Halo. By the way, Leo Lovelace second, third on Team Wagent. That's looking really good. Actually, I'd be happy, honestly.
Yeah, my poor Chuggus team who just swept Mile, whatever the hell they do. That's true. So yeah, I mean, really good. Again, late surges, especially with races these short. I mean, I said it with the Hishi in the previous map, but in the previous round, but when you got those back backliners, they could be really inconsistent. So finding consistency on a late surger, I mean, hey, living up to the coach's name.
Indeed. Yeah, so overall, great job from everyone. Dr. Spectred, actually, shout out to this guy. Last minute addition to our team, came in ready to play, ready to learn, and he's doing great.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's on a plane, so I don't think I don't even think he's aware of how he has performed so far.
It'll be a surprise for later.
I don't know, dude. His Umas have been like insane both weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if he blocked those Umas in extremely confident.
Yeah, I'm a little curious again as well. Just talking about other picks as well. The Akabono went from 6th to 2nd, so that's a very big improvement. And I think that is a race where, for the most part, things went right. So I'm curious to see if that is going to happen again for this race, or if anyone else is going to step up for this one. Because I mean, sprints. I mean, anything can happen in sprints.
Yeah, we did see a lot of, if I remember correctly, I think I saw a lot of skills proc on the Akabona. I think I know for sure I saw perfect prep, I want to say, and it was really good timing. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a mummy unique. I can't remember exactly what the skill loadout was, but she was in position for that as well.
Yeah, we'll see what can happen. The horses are going to be on the track for one last time. And we are going to be seeing the front runners go forward as we are used to seeing. Again, it's going to be those duos up front between the Akabono and the Smart Falcon. We have seen the Smart Falcon come out ahead pretty consistently, but hey, anything can happen here in the final race.
Yep, it all just comes down to that sparkly stardom. I mean, it just, whenever you think you're winning against Smart Falcon, and then all of a sudden you're not, And speaking of winning, these Nishino Flowers have pushed up pretty far, but I don't know if they were side by side with anyone long enough, if we're going to see another Terumi caster curse come to light here. But the King Halo is also pushing up pretty far.
Yeah, pretty interesting to see what happens. I don't know Sparkling Stardom even proc, which means the Sishi Akabono potentially is their time to shine. But no, King Halo there on the wings. We've seen it. It has been so close, but it's finally happened. King Halo has found her way through the pack. She has made her way forward, and this late into the race, there is no one there to contest her. King Halo is the one to be victorious on the final race of sprint, and no one even close. I think a full length between second place, which were the two Nishinos. But I think all eyes on King Halo. Finally, the performance comes through.
And Corner Connoisseur steals another race from under the noses of everyone watching. I believe King Halo hit a damn near perfect Corner Connoisseur. By the time I saw it, we'd already transitioned, so I didn't want to talk over you, but it was a very early Corner Connoisseur, and then from there, she just rocketed.
Absolutely deserved. 100% absolutely deserved.
And I know back when 5v5 was first forming and people were talking about like formats where individual races mean a lot, especially on these shorter maps, that like even though it's super duper expensive and it's kind of hard to find sparks for, I think you get it from like Bijan Guts, I think is where you get it from. But getting that Corner Connoisseur sometimes will just win you a race like outright, like all other things be damned, and that is exactly what happened. And hey, I mean, Uma's a skillful game where sometimes you just hit and you hit. I want to turn attention, though, to the Nishino Flowers. They did finally do what we predicted them to do. Unfortunately, it was only out of one out of the 3 races, but that is a Nishino podium regardless of the Halo. So that it's a bit of a mix-up from what we're used to saying. Unfortunately, the Akabono are just going to be dead last, which is a bit of a flip in performance, I think. Just a lot all over the place. So very, very interesting placements this time.
Yeah, the Nishino is really showing that, you know what, like, yeah, I don't need a unique to place. Both of the Nishino flowers held hand, maybe not side by side, but they did held hands all the way down to the finish line without any unique activation, just running it down, pressing that W key straight to the finish. So, you know what? If it works, it works.
Yep, and that is going to close out our sprint category. Dr. Spectred, even with that 4th place in the final race, looks like he's going to take home the MVP with 58 points. Leo on the King Halo right behind, only 2 points behind. Team W Agent, the lead is starting to look a little crazy.
Yeah, that lead is ballooned to about 50 points. 53, I think specifically. Badok now going to be the one stealing 2nd place over Charles. That's a very hard lead. It's a very, very strong lead. That's literally 2 first places of a lead, I think. So that's going to be very hard to overcome. Team W Agent is looking pretty damn good off of those performances. Look at the colors. They got all the colors on the right side of the sheet. Look at those.
Have not podiumed in any race.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
No pressure, Kashu, but you have to get a podium in all 3 of your races. The first one to fuck it up is going to let the whole team down. No pressure for anyone on Team W Agent.
Yeah, that's a very, very stellar performance. But yeah, Team Badok, it's crazy. You can kind of see who's ahead. I don't even have to like do any of like the points calculations. I could just see where the colors are. So Badok with the 2nd most colors, looking pretty damn good, and also in 2nd place. And then I also see Jackalaka as well. So these are, again, W Agent's just super stellar performance. I was again just finding consistency with that Halo. I think was just super duper impressive to me. I mean, it's hard to be super impressive with B Bourbon, but like kind of impressive with B Bourbon. You know, the only UG in the miles.
No. We'll talk about Miasma. W Miasma. Hishi Amazon 2nd, 3rd, 2nd. I'm down. That was awesome.
Yeah, so true. But yeah, so I think throughout what we have been seeing the through line for is these potentially front heavy lobbies with backline consistency, and I'm wondering if that's going to continue into the mediums and longs, where traditionally backliners have more space to catch up and actually use that extra velocity. So I'm very curious to see what the picks are going to be in these upcoming maps. And I remember the long being very, very front heavy. I'm assuming that's not going to be the case now. So I'm very, very curious to see if we're going to see things like the Gold Ship, like the Ryan, like the I don't know, like the Dober, you know, all of these traditional backliners to kind of shift things up. I'm very, very curious.
I don't know if I want to repeat this on broadcast, but I'm watching Sparks give a breakdown on what happened to the Summer Maru in this category.
It's okay. We don't have to talk about it. We can move on. Because we're in the medium world here, and first up we're going to Niigata 2K Outer. What are our thoughts?
I'm sorry, there's just art terrorism happening, and
yeah, the art terrorism in general is going crazy.
W's team is going off the deep end.
Yeah, for some of those of you guys can just scroll up and chat a little bit, and you just read one particular person talking about drawing people in a specific style, and let's just say they've been following up in that regard. So very, very, very interesting. But yeah, we're gonna be moving on to medium. We're gonna be seeing who has adapted here, day number 2, and if we're gonna see some repeat winners, because so far the people that have been winning day 1 have been winning for day number 2. So we'll see if we'll see who are the top players. It was like what, Sopralto, Zai, Cashew, and there's like a consistent podiumer as well, and that I'm forgetting.
Did you just look at Zhao and say Zai as in the capital I?
Yep, because I just looked at it. I remembered Sopralto, and that was it. So I just tabbed over it, and I tried to fake it. You could have just let me get away with it.
You did not get away with it. You said Zai.
Shit. My bad. I didn't zoom in. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. You caught me. I didn't do all my homework.
Yeah, medium potentially could be one of our more interesting categories for the day, especially last week. It was one of the closer ones. We didn't have any dominant standout performances. Like you said, we had 3 different winners for all 3 different races. And the MVP was only like 3 points. It was only 5 points between first and third. So, but it was Sopralto, Nick, and Kashu were our top 3 performers last week. Even though Zal had a first place finish, the other 2 races were a little bit too low, so the points didn't even out. But Nick had 2 second places that got them second most points.
Yeah, so looking at these medium map distribution, for accelerations wise, we're gonna have a pretty fair match, right? It's mostly there's gonna be 2 corner 3s and 1 corner 1. So, on the Tokyo map, we're gonna have everyone access to Redshift, while on the other 2 maps, we're gonna have mostly a front and backliner centric acceleration spots. So overall, medium is pretty fair towards everyone. You have a solid chance of getting the acceleration zone. You just have to fight for it yourself.
These gold chips are new, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I believe.
Yeah, that's curious. And I mean, hey, the People's Champ. This is a horse. I'm pretty consistent. I'm pretty confident at this point in Uma history saying that Gold Chip is a horse that can just always win. Like no matter what you do, I've seen some disturbing 5v5 low rolls still get points on this horse. And so I think this is a horse. These are quote unquote adaptations to look out for. I think this Grass Wonder is going to be new as well. So we're going to see a more backline. We're going to be, my eyes are going to be on the backline for these races, I believe.
Sorry,
Yep.
I messed up the overlay. It's coming back now.
Oh, what happened to it? It looks fine on our end.
No, right. It's something you can't see. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the gold chips, I believe Burb was on Ogre Cap, and Dupes, I believe is the other gold chip, was on Mihono Bourbon last time. So
J2, that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You finish your thought, but I just wanted to affirm my man J2 as a man who mains Beatrix and loves gold chip. That is so fucking real. It's so real. Anyways, I'm sorry. I bombed you. I had to say it. It was within me and it spurted forward, just like straight away spurt. Anyways, you go.
Bro.
I'm not even reading Twitch chat. I had no clue what was going on. But besides those 2, we do have one other switch up. We have Keen on the Grass Wonder, who was playing Rice Shower last week. And that does look like a pretty respectable gambling late surger. We do have the Dober and the Let's Pump Some Iron, but also the No Stopping Me and the On Your Left.
Shit. That's insane, yeah.
And Lightburb is going to attempt to avoid the disaster that happened last week where their Uma rushed all 3 races and therefore was... Wait, was it rushed or late start? I don't know. So something bad happened and Dober Unique was turned off because of that.
That is pretty unfortunate. I did notice it looked like, was that Killer Tunes on Gold Chip?
That's crazy.
That is crazy, but you know what? Not the craziest things I've ever seen. Getting in that fifth position, I would not be surprised if Gold Chip did it.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about it, like with anchors away, right? Especially if there's Daring Strike. I wasn't paying attention to see if there's Daring Strike as well, but Gold Chip is probably one Uma I think you could run Killer Tunes on an encloser, and if you push up into 5th like late enough, you could actually potentially get some good carryover with it.
Yeah, I can see it actually if it was really strong.
Once
see if
again,
it pans out for them.
Just a beautiful fucking horse. She does.
Apparently it was both rushed and late start.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. We'll hope to see something other than that happening in this race. This track also has them starting at a very funny part of the track. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's just a casual 950 meter opening straight.
Yeah. And the corners right in the middle of it all. The front runner is already taking quite the large lead, but of course this is medium. We are no longer in the sprint, so the proportions of the race get a lot different.
Yeah, and I mean, thankfully for our Smart Falcon, or our Summer Maru and our Mihono Bourbon, thankfully there is no solo front like the longs. I was a little concerned when we were scrolling through the list, just because of the way it got cropped. I thought there might have only been one front, but luckily for both of them, there are 2. So you can see just how much of a difference that makes with how big that gap is.
Yeah, Special Week and Grass Wonder looking to replicate some past historical events here, paired up in the middle of the pack. maybe they'll find a way to surge past those front runners who are looking so good.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, that's not really where you want to be, especially that Grass Wonder. She is in third going into the final corner here, so she's going to be a little too far forward, I think.
Yeah, the end closers are going to start closing in here. We're well and truly into the final straight as the front runners maintain their lead. Number 5, Kinster, trying to catch up, but it's so difficult without those excels on the board. And the backliners desperately trying to catch up. Gold chip far away, too far away to catch the front runners, it seems, as the camera finally lets us see what's happening. And Gold chip looking to steal second, going to get past the Mihono Bourbon, but that's about it.
Yeah, but still, I mean, second with, of course, those inherited uniques don't proc on the side. Since they are considered, the regular white skill. So it's hard to say if they hit them or not. I know Dober unique does straight up doesn't work on this map, so it's the late race is just too late. But if any of them might have hit, let's pump some iron maybe, or nimble, or no stopping me. But I honestly, going from that far back into second with almost no acceleration is still pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's why she's the people's champ.
Yeah, I did not catch who actually was in the acceleration spots for this map, but something that is key that I noticed last week and for this week as well, I believe Soprato what did go do well. She did not win last time. I believe it was the other front runner, but the front runner in first place is just able to hug that rail on this corner and just make up so much distance. Like all of the backliners on that corner are just swinging so far out, losing so much distance because the acceleration zone is sitting right in the corner 3, making them run super far during the corner 4 period. Just really unfortunate, as soon as we saw them enter that final straight, there was just a huge, almost untouchable distance for those backliners to the front runner.
Yeah, the long nose zone also prevented the other front runner from actually gaining any ground. Soppy took the inner rail in the early battle, and then it was lights out for the entire middle of the race until the first corner. That's also pretty brutal.
Notably, I'm sorry, Cashew, I gotta point it out, but that's a fat ninth that has come for Team W Agent. Which is really, really bad. On day number 2, you really do not want to get placed in those lower ratings because everything's doubled, but you can't double 0. On the flip side, though, Jackalaka with a 3rd place from Kronos, that's going to be really good, which means that potentially Team Jackalaka are setting themselves up to just podium their way into a competitive position for the actual coach race itself. So I think that's going to be something to watch out for. Obviously, Gibraltar getting 1st place is going to be a huge boon in that team. So I think right now we're seeing some interesting positionings out of this medium race here.
And keep in mind, Kashu was in a similar spot last week. Started off with an 8th, but bounced back with a 4th and a 1st. So they've been in this spot before. But also, these placements are interesting, as in Team Pick is getting quite a lot of points here with Lightburb in 2nd. That's a sorely needed boost here, and finally getting to the 3-digit mark, definitely within striking distance.
I think also it's just the tale of 3 gold chips: 2nd, 7th, and 8th. That's exactly what this horse does. Whoever hits their excels. I mean, I think it was mentioned earlier, but that the 2nd place gold chip hit with no excels, which is just, I mean, that's just the horse. So we'll see, though, if that can actually continue, because I mean, I sound like a broken record at this point, but if consistency with the backliners is the thing that's hard to achieve. But if you can do that, that's going to be a lot of points coming your way.
And one kind of funny thing to note about that last map is definitely I feel like the front runners really performed to their maximum potential there on that first straight. Constantly, we saw them side by side holding hands for almost the entire straight, basically, and that's a sign that the front runners are competing heavily, getting that pace up mode on those front runner overtakes. So that's why we saw such a huge lead, going to that first corner.
I'm really hoping that someone dethrones Sopralto in the medium category, because I'm like super down for an interview, but this Cause W team might be a hazard. General chat of the event server might be taken over.
It is radioactive, but also we haven't interviewed the last 2 categories at all, so
Yeah,
you
we
can just keep
haven't.
that trend up. You know, if we interview Sopralto, we got to go back and interview. Well, Dr.
We
Spectre
gotta
is on a
interview-
plane.
Wait, I gotta quote from Cause W. I'm like the most pregnant dude on this server.
No, dude, no.
This chat is radioactive.
Can you read out what Rin just said?
If our team doesn't win, yeah, I'm drawing my coach giving birth live. I sure hope people don't give birth dead.
All right,
that would
let's
be
head into the
awkward.
race.
Okay.
Also, there's a little fanfic by Sweaty called the Vegemite incident.
Nope,
that is-
nope.
Nope. All right, let's just go.
Wait, what?
No,
Wait,
no,
is it-
no,
wait,
no.
wait,
You know, Brickbat, you play this one. Lock in.
Well, we're here. The grass is green, the sky is blue, and the birds are chirping for race number 2 of medium here. We're going to see which horses will come through. Again, eyes on these backliners. Gold Ship placing second with no excels means that maybe if one of them hits, first place is going to be on the horizon. Team W Agent is going to also be looking to hold on their lead after a bit of a slow start in the medium category. And again, we're going to look at these front runners, specifically Kronos' Bourbon and Sopralto's Smaru. They have been doing extremely good so far as well. So again, anything can happen in any of these races, I think. So we'll see who actually pulls ahead, as the horses are going to be lined up and taken off shortly.
And we do see taking the lead coming through for Sopralto, but somehow not that far ahead of the Valentine Bourbon, but now she's going to pull ahead. That's a nice little gap you like to see. But the Valentine Bourbon immediately closing back up, almost overtaking. And in third, we have that singular pace chaser special week from last week. It's funny, I remember Nick saying Charles, his coach, told him to play pace chaser special week, and then it didn't really work out. The lobby composition didn't work out the way that they had predicted. So I'm a little surprised to see him run it back again, second week in a row. But let's see. I mean, Shooting Star is probably one of the more slept on uniques as a hybrid Excel and Velocity. It can kind of work almost anywhere. But Pace Chaser is pretty rare. And in 7th, we do have the Gold Ship pushing up in 4th place. Pretty far for that backliner pack. She's going to miss Anchors away at this point, unless she got up that far because of Anchors, but I don't think so. Yeah, Anchors proccing now for the 2 other Gold Ships, but not for dupes.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. Talon across as well, looking to be in really good position, but Gold Ship now going to be pushing up. We're approaching the final corner here. Special week going to be overtaken, which is super unfortunate given the speed multipliers of the end closers here. But we'll move our eyes forward. The distance between the front runners and everyone else is humongous. The rate of the lobby seems so high, but no one else got the memo. Sopralto Smaru is going to be pushing forward past the Bourbon, going to be the one grappling, the angling, and scheming. She's going to be in a very good position. We see Gold Ship, though, hugging that inner rail, which is going to be good, but blocking might be big here. Looks like Special Week is going to do exactly that. We see the velocities up coming through, but it's just not going to be enough right now. We're going to see Smaru taking the lead again, going to be the one to close it out as well in dominant fashion. Smaru going to be taking a second lead for Sopralto and crew. And it's going to be a very, very strong performance and a bundle of points for Team Cause W, the brand new father, I guess, of the server.
I don't even think the Summer Marzinski hit angling. We went into the late race, and the Chiclet for Summer Mar just did not move at all proportional to the Bourbon. They were still right next to each other.
Yeah,
the
I'm
entire
pretty
time they went
sure
down.
something was missed there, but really it just doesn't matter. Same story really happening in the second race as the first. Those 2 front runners just hand in hand in the mid race, just pushing each other forward so far. This is what can really happen when you have 2 strong front runners, and it's why the front strategy right now is widely considered to be one of the strongest strategies, because you're able to basically have this kind of consistent performance if your horses are strong enough. So really strong showing from both of these front runners. Really a little bit unfortunate that Kronos was not able to take any of the wins, but he did well on the first map. I believe coming in, was it 3rd or 4th, and then 2nd place here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Dupes' gold chip finishing in 4th despite missing anchors and daring strike. And I'm pretty sure every Excel except maybe Spurt, but I think Spurt would have been too late for this track, right? So still that is a pretty impressive finish for what position you're in there. But I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? If the encloser's in 4th, even if they missed everything, if you're in 4th and you have encloser speed coefficient in the late race, like you're still in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, encloser is an Excel skill. So also, one thing I want to mention: a tale of two gold chips. Once again, this Burb did well in race number 1 and bottomed out in race number 2, but the other two gold chips are there, right there in 3rd and 4th. So, consistency from the backliners is not something that we're going to see, unfortunately, throughout. Which means you're not going to get points. Very, very sad. Very, very sad to see.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it just seems like things are not coming together for the backliners in this category. I know the gap is large, but I feel like if we're hitting at least like consistent 0.4 excels, just like one no stopping me, like I feel like these gaps shouldn't be insurmountable.
Yeah.
So
it feels like there's just so much distance I see when we're entering that final straight.
Yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of unluckiness going on right now. Because like I said, the gap is big, but it isn't big enough that enclosers shouldn't be able to close the gaps, right?
I wonder if this is a consequence of the solo pace, because we do have that commit that even though the PDM is based on the number 1 front, there is a little bit of like roll locking happening, right? You having the solo pace with no one to compete with is kind of allowing those front runners to just run away, and having Special Week has kind of being a roadblock, basically. She's not pacing up, she's not competing with anybody, she's just standing still, but just her being there is kind of like blocking the late surgers from getting ahead of her, or else they suffer from PDM, which then also blocks the end closers. So maybe it's just a lot suffering of the lobby composition.
Yeah, I'm also wondering. Wait, was that the last race? Was the 2300? Wait, we're about to see. Yeah, okay, the last race was the 2300. I wonder if stamina was played. I know people were skimping a little bit on stamina. I wonder if there's a world where we would have seen a nice nature take over this lobby, but probably not actually. I'm always impressed by how little stamina you actually need to clear a medium.
Yeah, it's both simultaneously a lot of stamina and very little, because the stamina is that one stat where you just don't think about it until you don't have enough, right? So we'll see going into this final map. It's going to be a 3rd corner Axel, eyes on those front runners and late surgers and closers. Right, everyone exiting out the gate cleanly. We're not going to see a late start coming out from these front runners this time. It looks like it's going to be a repeat of those first 2 maps. Those 2 front runners heading out. The Mihono Barber this time, however, a little bit further behind. Maybe she missed something or didn't proc something. If she doesn't get ahead quick, as I started talking, she is rapidly moving up.
Yeah.
To start to compete with those with Summer Razensky.
And so far, we're seeing the pace chaser, the special week, compete a lot better with the front runners, right? The gap is a lot smaller here, and that's going to help the entire lobby against these 2 fronts that have been dominating both races earlier.
Yeah, and just like as I mentioned, the almost overperformance from those first 2 maps really creating that big lead, but this time that a little bit lacking in the early mid game allows the other horses to catch up in the mid race here.
Yeah, my eyes are exactly on that skill column. Will there be any crazy activations here? But no, it is looking as usual. On your left, no stopping me. Will Kinstera's Grass Wonder be able to do it? That's number 4 moving up on the mini-map, but there's so many Umas fanning out here. The inside clogged, Gold Chips trying to overtake. And oh, that Ogre cap just completely blocked to the outside. The Gold Chips approaching now. Valentine Bourbon in danger. It's going to be Ogre cap forced out to the outside, but still managing to get 2nd place here.
Oh my god, that's why they call her the Goat Guri. That was the craziest performance I've ever seen, getting blocked by Special Week, moving backwards behind her and to the side before parking triumphant post. Almost really just almost a disaster was facing that Ogre, could have potentially ended up in a way worse position, but weaving out of the block, getting to second place was crazy.
And
Yeah, I saw the Chiclet. As soon as we went into the late race, I saw that number 9 Ogre Chiclet. It just started zooming forward, and then it immediately just hit a brick wall. And the camera angle changed, and it showed her just stuck behind, and then she had to swing further out wide, and the T-Pulse salvaged it into a second. I thought it was going to be worse than that for sure. But Triumphant Pulse, best skill in the game for a reason.
Unconditional, almost unconditional 0.45 is quite an ability. So, a little bit of a quiet series so far from this Ogre race, but, able to make a splash in the final match.
Yeah, and we are going to see our second sweep of the day from Sopralto, getting the triple first, bringing in 72 points for Team Cause.
Yeah, that was crazy. Undefeated, untouchable, and just going by the vocabulary we've been using, near impregnable. I think that's the word. So that's the word. Yeah, I learned that from my SAT. Yeah, that's the word. That's a real word. Look it up. That's a real word. I used that on my SAT. I'm not joking. I used that word on my SAT, and I remember it because I was a little 15-year-old laughing when I learned about it. Okay, yeah, it's an actual word.
Totally
I pulled
not
it out.
That's right now.
That's it. Anyways, congrats.
It's going to bring them 40 points away from Team W Agent. Only 2 first places, and that gap is gone. Depending, of course, on how the Team W Agent places. If they play second, then yeah,
Yeah, and what's next is gonna be it's gonna be those long maps. So I am quite interested in seeing what's happening this time around. A little bit of a recap for viewers who didn't tune in last week, which you should check out the VOD, by the way. Something crazy happened in the long maps.
Also, keep in mind, if you look at the point table, Team Cause's team was 4th place in day 1. But Toph was one of the better point earners in the long. And if that holds, and of course, Toph, probably the player, I think, heading into the event that was like a bit overqualified to be a student. There were people replying, like saying, why does Toph need coaching? So Cause's team is in very good hands here, I will say.
Yeah. So assuming nothing crazy happens, because last time, we had that dreaded 8 front, one Maya and lobby that basically just threw the entire, consistency out the window. There was really nothing to lean on for analysis, because it was just a dice roll for whoever happened to be in first place.
Yep. And but now I'm very curious. I think we are not going to see 8 fronts this time.
Yeah.
I didn't do too much peeking, but I think I did catch a couple glimpses, and I do think we have some switch ups. I'm actually curious which Maya Rin ended up entering this time. I saw she hit a UG Wedding Maya. I'm not sure if that one is the one that got submitted or not, but pretty excited.
Maya is crazy. Yeah, so that Maya actually ended up performing really consistently, not getting, those podiums last week, but she was always doing well, never in the back half, earning points for her team, compared to basically all the other frontrunners were just gambling for their points. So, yeah, really good performance despite the detrimental lobby that Rid was faced with last week. So, I'm interested to see how her Maya is going to do this week.
Yeah, and these are very forgiving long tracks. I sometimes when I hear the word long, I just like, oh, it's long. It's like the stamina thing. But these longs are 200 meters more than the mediums. The Tokyo one.
Big ones.
Yeah.
The Kokura is deceptively harsh, actually. There's no downhills. So that one, the Stamrek, is a little higher than you would think just looking at 2,600 meters. It's definitely higher than the other two by a fair bit. I think we actually had a couple Umas last week that just straight up didn't survive. At least like 3 or 4, I want to say.
So guys, I want to draw attention. We might be back in the wasteland.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no! Wait, what happened?
This is 7 friends still.
Hey, 7 is less than 8.
7 is less than 8. We have downgraded 1. So it's a progress, right?
We have
It's
doubled. We
progress,
have
guys.
doubled. We have increased by 100% the amount of non-fronts in the lobby. That's progress.
Yeah, that's progress. I'm gonna clap for that one. Good job, guys.
Holy turf S long S.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be clear. Raimplosion is the one who dominated the category
Yes.
last week. 1st, 7th, 1st. And
Yes,
in a lobby with 8
first.
fronts, going 7th once is understandable.
That's still the frontrunner pack. He's still frontrunning. You just be 7. You should be the least frontrunner.
But yeah, I mean, getting first place twice in 3 races with 8 fronts was very impressive. And with turf S long S, and I'm not sure if that's the exact same Uma. I don't remember the stat line. It could be, but I want to say it's not. I think we might see a repeat performance. I know conditions are a little more favorable for the Maya this time with the 1 pace chaser. It means the NSM is hopefully a little more reliable depending on how the Ogre pushes up. But
And I wouldn't count the Ogre out. I've seen Christmas Ogre perform miracles before. So
well,
let's
festive ones, yeah. We're more than familiar with that. Yeah.
For sure. I do think it would have been a lot more beneficial for the Maya if the Ogre had been late versus pace, but it should still help out a little bit. That's one Uma that's a little further back than the rest of the pack.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a sort of a mind gamey thing too. If you go late and you're going, oh wait, no, that would be really good. Never mind, I lied. Yeah, it's gonna be real easy to proc your late your back end uniques, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward here as 7 horses are currently beating each other to near concussions up front there. And we are going to see the Operation Cacao come from, I don't know, which bourbon. I think Raimplosions, since that's our perspective, ramp up as well coming out. So that's a lot of mid-game, and we are seeing that bourbon put through, but it's not quite enough to take first place, but we still got a lot of race to go.
Omi's does actually take over, and immediately after that, so does Raimplosions. Coming from... that was a little further back and just zooming past 3 frontrunners. I want to say that was a 4th to 1st push. Now contending with Tophs for the front, and Tophs is looking like it might overtake, but on this map, 1st and 2nd are both going to be valid for the fronts. I believe this is a... Yes, this is a victory cheer map. So 1st and 2nd is an okay position to be in for both of those Mihono bourbons. But Tophs did fall back. It looks like it's going to be Omi and Raimplosion in our top 2. And the Maya has a considerable gap to close. Going to be looking for a straightaway spurt into some type of velocity skill into the NSM, if anything.
Yeah, and pace of the lobby is just so fast that it is going to be hard, I think, for the end close to make the distance. We do see, there's just a lot of distance on that podium right now. And it does look like we have Raimplosions Bourbon pulling ahead here.
It's actually going to be Tophs. Tophs is pulling ahead with the Kita-san coming up close. The Kita-san going into 2nd. It might have been a little too late. I didn't see if the victory cheer went off. We do see the no stopping me coming from the Maya.
Yeah, and that's a big proc, but can the Maya actually make up for the distance? And it's not looking great right now. She is running forward, but it's not going to be forward enough. And there we have it. The Bourbon is going to come through. I believe that is going to be Tophs. The victory cheer, Kita-san, is going to follow through as well. But out of the front runner, Raceland, Bourbon's going to be the one to take it. The Kita-san Black, the 2nd from Archelius. It's going to be nice, but it is a dominant performance from the fronts as expected.
Yeah, super unfortunate for Raimplosion. Did not get... I believe it was a miss wit check there because she did not proc any skills going to the late race. So, yeah, Toph actually, kind of almost stealing that one. He was side by side with Omi's Mihono Bourbon going into the late race. It really was anyone's game there for who gets that XL.
Yeah, it truly is anyone's game. Whoever gets, obviously, angling the scheming is going to be the name of the game, and it does only go to one front runner. So I do want to know what what other fronts ended up going victory cheer. I just imagine after a week one like that, you would want to plan around not being in first place necessarily, because that's going to be so inconsistent. So I'm wondering if Toph was playing it safe there. I'm curious to see what these builds are in the top 3.
I mean, I don't think I saw any acceleration particle effects for any of the fronts.
Wow.
I actually think Raimplosion might have just delayed spurt. We didn't get a full look at the skill list, but I didn't see any recoveries. And I think 1,000 stamina with no recovery, I don't think it survives this map.
Yeah, I was watching the race, and I'm pretty sure she pulled up at the end. So
Yeah, the Tophs pulled up completely once the spurt started. I think Toph had a larger spurt period than the other bourbons.
Yeah, so that is just going to be... I think everyone missed their Excel, and then Toph just had the stamina for it.
Awesome. That's a log.
I did see something proc for Toph, so I do think Toph did get a victory cheer there. He was slightly ahead of Omi's home bourbon, so he should have been in second place there. So what I can confirm is I'm pretty sure that Rain did not get a skill there, because even if you stam out, you will still have that skill proc there. So even if you have a delayed spurt, I mean, so
yes,
not having those skills there is really big.
Yeah, for sure the victory chair missed. I definitely didn't see particle effects on Raimplosion. And Toph's was just in the peripheral of my vision, so if he did hit the victory chair, I just missed it. But the Raimplosions unfortunately did get unlucky and miss that victory chair, but I am curious if it was also a delayed spurt kind of angle. But on this map, I don't think we'll have to worry about anyone hitting a delayed spurt. This is probably the lowest stamina requirement long map in the game.
Yeah, we are back on the Arima Kinen. We're going to have that 400 meter downhill in that mid race. So, really, really friendly to anyone who is understand to, get I've actually, the craziest frontrunner I've ever seen to live this map was an Onege Suzuka with 750 stamina, full spurting on this map. So anything is possible when you come to a 400 meter downhill.
Yeah, this really is a fake long. I think as well, when it comes to the Arima Kinen, just flashbacks to the previous CM, Kitasan Black being the address me horse, I think, of this map, which means that Markelius is going to be in a good position, I think, to hit those excels if he is going to be in that second place for the victory cheer. Could be very interesting, though, to see. I want to point out as well that if this is a good performance from Toph again, this will be Team CosW overtaking Team Wagent in terms of points. This is following, obviously, Subproto's sweep in the mediums, so Toph's first has skyrocketed this team's points in the second. So this is going to be a very big race for Toph to perform, and we'll see if that bourbon can once again pull it through in podium.
Yeah, and out the gate, we have the Ballroom Seiyun and the Kitasan. Both are the fronts that like to be in front on long specifically. We'll have to see if they can hold out, especially with all those Operation Cacaos just running behind them in a herd. Although we do see, it looks like some interesting debuffs hitting those frontrunner packs. But right now, it's still just our Kitasan and our Ballroom Seiyun holding 1-2.
We'll see if that continues. We still got a good bit of race left, even though it is a fake long. It is still a long. A lot of opportunity for mid-game overtakes, as we do see number 3 Bourbon, I believe, now going to be contesting that first place. Kitasan going to keep it, but just barely. But as they round about this corner, potentially, we'll see as velocity and recoveries are coming through.
Yeah, so right now the Ballroom Seiyun is in third, and she's going to push back up into second, which is pretty good. But I'm looking at the back of the pack. I think that gap for the Maya is actually a little less than it was last race. I think we could see something come out of the Maya. That gap is not that big. I'm pretty interested. I have to keep my eye on that chiclet in the back as we go into the late race. But right now it is Kita and Ballroom Seiyun in 1-2, and I think they might just both run away with it.
Yeah. That makes sense. Again, Kita is in the absolute perfect position to take it.
Oh, no stopping me.
Yeah, no stopping me is going to hit Festive Miracle as well for a potential acceleration bomb, but that might have been too early. We'll see, though, in just a second, as, yeah, there it is, the Festive Ogre moving forward, something that we are all used to seeing, especially with this CM coming up. As right now, Kitasan Black going to be the one in the lead. All the front runners now going to be falling behind. The Wasteland have claimed its victims, but that Mayano Top Gun is nowhere to be seen, and that's going to be a disastrous position for Team Wagent. It's going to be cause W's time to potentially shine, but Toph is not going to be able to podium in this one. We're going to see Kita the one to take it all the way home. Again, the perfect map for Kitasan Black. Markilius the huge lead coming off of that second place in the previous race. That is going to be a nice little boost to Team Charles, and that is going to be a very bad race for Team Wagent. I'm going to see where Toph placed, but this potentially, even without that podium finish, could be the race that overtook him.
Toph finished in 5th.
Ooh, unlucky.
So it is going to be a little close. I'm very surprised that we saw like almost a frame 1 NSM come out of the Christmas Ogre, and I was surprised it chained right into the Festive Miracle. Those were both like really good timings on those skills, and I'm very surprised to only see a third come out of that.
Yeah, it was long S2, right? This Christmas Ogre had the tools. What happened?
No, it's just Kitasan Black on long, like Kitasan Black is that Uma on long. If she is in first place, we just came out of the long CM. I'm sure we've all seen it, right? If Kitasan Black is in first place and she has enough HP, it's just untouchable.
Yeah, I also I cannot stop looking. It's like watching a car accident. Team Wagent is suffering right now. They've scored, let me look, 10 points in 5 races. Sorry, that is not what you want to see, and that means that they're going to be people are sensing that there's blood in the water. The gap is 100% closed now.
Speaking of gaps, Team Charles 221, Team Cause 222.
Wow, neck and neck for the top 3. Really, just anyone. It's really anyone's game. And I do want to highlight something for that in that race with all those Mihono Bourbons. That this is something that can happen, right? We've all been talking about how strong Mihono Bourbon is. I'm sure you guys have seen the discussions. She is admittedly super strong, but at least with an interaction happening here on this map, on that first corner. Because the Mihono Bourbons don't have taking the lead, they're gonna naturally be behind, the other frontrunners that do, and their opportunity to fight back is going to be on that first corner. But here in this case on the Nakayama 2500, the first corner kind of actually causes them to self-destruct a little bit, because after they line up and proc the skill, they kind of just get blocked by each other. I was watching Omi's Mihono Bourbon there, and after he procs his unique, he kind of just ran into the other Mihono Bourbon, and the other Mihono Bourbon just kind of ran into Saiyan Sky, and they both didn't move anywhere. So really, that's something that can happen with Mihono Bourbon not having taken the lead.
Yeah, and that's why I respect Dr. Spectre to go all the way back to the sprints. Dr. Spectre was posting screenshots of his career throughout the last week since race day 1, and he was using twin turbo speed. He was going for it.
Shit.
I'm pretty sure he hit it at least 3 times. I don't know if those careers were finalized. If he hit everything else, the Sprint S and everything. And I don't remember if the final product had taken the lead on it. But it wouldn't surprise me considering the 2 first place finishes, right? So it is kind of interesting. If you're willing to go that extra mile, I think you can really just make Mihono Bourbon super dominant. Especially if you just go early lead. It is kind of like you said, even though you have the Operation Cacaos, you have all that mid-race, if your start is bad, sometimes it's just not enough. And that is what we saw. It's still very surprising, though, especially with the Ballroom Sand. I thought the Ballroom Sand was going to get closed out there for sure, but then somehow she just pushed forward and closed the door and held on. It was a really surprising match. And we'll have to see if they can do that again.
Ballroom does have those 2 great, almost I say tier 0 frontrunner skills with top runner and escape artist, able to perform on any circumstance. So, a really underrated horse, I think.
And keep in mind, though, many teams within striking distance. Team Jackalaka, of course, the elephant in the room, Jackalaka himself, waiting, and that point total is looking very winnable for that team. This final race will determine how the teams are set up before the coaches get in the mix.
Yeah, and coming out of the front, we do not see a similar story. We see a Mihono Bourbon in front out of the gate and 2 more right behind her. The Mihono Bourbons are trying to close the door on those two long fronts. And we'll have to see if they can hold out. All of the Operation Cacao's coming through at the same time. Some of them comboing with other gold velocities. Toph and Omi hitting its on and Escape Artist. And that's going to be Toph's Mihono Bourbon way out in front.
That's huge for placement wise. And of course, right, Mihono Bourbon with the Operation Cacao should be in a good spot, right? Like it's a very much, they should be winning this mid game. They should be taking the first two spots, and things are going according to plan here.
Yeah, and we have the Pace Chaser, Xmas Ogre. She was closing the gap, but it looks like she's about to get pushed off screen if she doesn't start pacing up. Be curious to see if she can get good timing on her Festive Miracle. And in the meantime, we have Omi and Toph competing for first. It looks like Omi was going to overtake and still might. Toph is having a lot of trouble getting into that inner lane and closing the door, and it's going to fall back to second.
Yeah, Omi maintaining first, heading in to the final leg here. Everything comes down to this. Will they be able to hit the witch checks? Will they be able to accelerate forward here?
NSM.
No stopping the Festive Miracle for Red New. That Christmas Ogre is shooting up in placement. Number 4, the mini-map. It's looking dangerous here as Christmas Ogre is chasing slightly on the outside. The Valentine Bourbon still maintaining, but in second place is Toph, who is being caught up with slowly but surely, trying to defend that spot, but it's Christmas Ogre Cap trying to steal it away. No stopping me, a little bit delayed. Christmas Ogre Cap chasing, but it's so difficult here. And the Ballroom Saiyan even fighting back. It's first place by a long shot, and it's second place to the Christmas Ogre.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this is, well, not unfortunately, but the way this long map plays out, this is our, our angling and scheming map. There is no straightaway spurt on this one for the Maya. There is no victory cheer. There is no do ya breakin'. There is only Rod. So the horse in first is going to be the horse in first. And that's Omi.
Yeah, there's no Easter Bunny. There's no Tooth Fairy. whatever. But Omi getting it done here is huge for Team Badoke.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if with Cause W's performance, right, I think, yeah, if Toph had won that and there wasn't a performance here from Omi, I think the team Badoke would have been completely eliminated, like completely unable to contest this final race. But that first place gives them hope. Like if Badoke bosses up, he can take it now. It is within like grasp.
I'm pretty sure it would be doable even if that hadn't happened. But it's definitely a lot easier now.
Yeah. I think right because if we are going to have the consistency that we had last time with someone taking 2 wins and like second place or like even 3 wins, right? You're capping at what, 72 points?
Yeah, 3 wins is 72.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Just looking at the points, it's pretty damn close actually. I think we have 5 potentially even 5 teams that are like right there on each other's doorsteps coming into this final round.
It's a close battle, and so just a little bit more about that last race. This is what we see just after I finish talking about what happens when Mihono Bourbon doesn't work, but when she does work and she's not blocked, right? Getting that, I think both Toph and the Omi's Mihono Bourbon it's on there running Muteki for that gold overtake skill. Comboing with it's a pretty reliable combo with that cacao into that first corner. You're basically guaranteed to overtake somebody, right? And overtaking somebody is going to proc that it's on, basically creating like a 0.7 velocity bomb, and just both of them running away from it right from the start. It was just not close, and near the end of that mid race there, it was really just down to the wire. Like both of the horses just out of gold skills, out of skills period. They were just using their wit checks to try to overtake each other, but Omi on that inside rail just had that small advantage.
And these teams are so close. They're within striking distance. Charles and Badoke are tied. It's really coming down to the final few here.
Oh, well, I will be the one to address the elephant in the room. That is Jakalaka only being 35 points behind Team W Agent. And if he puts up the exact same performance he did on Dirt last time, it's going to be Team Jakalaka in first.
All right. Well, the coaches have a lot of personality this time. I know it was a little bit of a meta wasteland last time, and it kind of is now. But there's hope, and by hope, I mean Jackalaka's Ogre Cap is still a super weapon. It's gonna be hard. It's the final boss fight.
I am curious to see what our soulful coach brought this time. I don't see a recoveryless Christmas Ogre.
Well, let's go down the line. We can save that for when we get to it, you know?
All right.
Pick, though, feeling a little bit more soulful than last time. Of course, as the Smart Falcon fan. It's not just Badoke. Pick's here, too. And bring Smart Falcon here, definitely could be a huge contender. Pick has placed very well in Carrot Clash tournaments, so can definitely battle with the best of them. But first up is Charles's Ogre Cap, and although it isn't a crazy rating,
it has the tools. Is that the same one from last week? It kind of seems.
Yes.
It looks very familiar. I think it might be.
yeah, it is. But there's a skill that could change everything.
Yeah, I mean, it won him one race, I believe, last time. The final one of the night. So, I think Corner Connoisseur won every single race in Dirt last time.
Yep, and Cat Bomb bringing Summer Maruzensky.
Speed Eater, very nice.
Yep. Cause, is this the same one from last time? Yep. Agnes Digital. Jackalaka. This one needs no introduction. The bigger picture as a treat.
The bigger picture, we're going to be looking out for that Corner Connoisseur once again.
But we're heading into soulful territory, okay? Forget about the first four. The last five's where it's at, okay? Medro Arden, W Agent.
Oh my god. That is kind of crazy to see. Medro Arden is not in Uma. I would have imagined seeing on this category at all. If we had some Dirt mediums, maybe, but for Mile, I'm very surprised. But I mean, it looks really strong. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he managed to remake it with Daiwa Power in the mix, if he even pulled for that card. So just regular head-on instead of neck-to-neck.
Yeah, and Major Arden starting Dirt F, like, the max you can get to is Dirt B, needing that proc basically just to be able to compete on even grounds.
Wait, Sparks made a real Uma this time.
That's crazy. You can't just say that, bro. That's mean. No, this
is super. I think this might be the first ever fantasy pasa like we've had on stream on this channel. It's like I can't even recall.
No, the last time we had fantasy pasa, it was also Sparks during a Falcorp Invitational.
Yeah, it was also the first time we've ever seen an Uma on the stream.
Dude, I legit forget this horse exists.
And this is crazy.
Oh my. Okay, this Fuji Kaseki wants to win.
Happy birthday, Fuji at Ray with, oh my god, and a UG Dirt Fuji Kiseki.
With Budding Blossom.
Holy moly.
Okay.
And there's more than one front this time, so I have pretty high hopes for our pace chasers. The 0LB
Soulful
Bijan,
deck. Soulful deck.
Yeah, that is a really strong stat line for that deck. I can only imagine how many runs were put in to get that.
Oh god.
All right.
We do have a couple of speed eaters on the front, so the paces might have a little bit of something to worry about, but this lobby composition is much better for our pace chasers this time.
Yeah, and we do have only 3 frontrunners, so there is that one final slot for our pace chasers to compete for that Nishino Flower Unique.
And we didn't really talk about the map, but the first one we're going into is the Kyoto Dirt 1800. This is a C3, so our Dober Uniques are going to work here. The the Budding Blossom from Michino Flower is actually not going to work here. This is before the final corner. So.
Yeah, not quite this time. But still going to be, yes. But corner 3 maps are more favored towards NSM actually. So this Fuji, having that gold NSM skill, anything's happened. We left Unity, we've played Unity, we've all played it, so we've seen it happen before.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping my eyes on the Arden and the Fuji Kiseki, as well as Fantasy Pasa and that Ogre Cap. Smart Falcon, you don't need to keep your eyes on Smart Falcon. It's dirt. It's Smart Falcon. She's going to be in first.
Yeah, and our horses are going to be off on our final round. This is where all the gloves come off.
Look at that skill combo. Escape Artist into trending the charts into It's On. Just pushing them forward. Fuji Kiseki and Arden trying to close that gap. Sparkly Stardom coming through now. For both of our Smart Falcons, that's just going to extend that lead for both of them.
That's brutal.
But it is going to be picks.
There's a lot of distance for a mile map, isn't it? I feel like, just looking at where these horses are.
It is. But the Fuji Kiseki and the Arden are both close. Oh, Kiss for Courage is going to widen that gap. We do see Corner Connoisseur come through. That might be early enough that it's still active, but I don't think so. Ooh, perfect Radiant Star. And lead the charge.
Yeah, these are going to be some really good procs. It's going to be up to the Fuji, and there we see her there on the left side, but let's keep our eyes here on Smart Falcon. She is so far ahead of everyone else, but the Fuji Kiseki potentially can take it all. The Pace Chaser maybe, but no, not able to overcome the Smart Falcons. It's going to be neck and neck. The Smart Falcons are fighting, but no, Fuji! Fuji's the one to take it at the end. At the last second, Ray is able to bring the horse to a victory here. That's going to be a neck win for the Fuji Kiseki. Ray going to be the one making the first strike this round.
Wow, and happy birthday to Fuji Kiseki. A picture perfect Radiant Star trending the charts. Both skills activating at random points, hitting exactly at the start of the late race zone. I am shocked at what happened there. Like that is a true miracle birthday gift that the side games has gifted to Fuji Kiseki in this race.
What happened to Pick? The Pace Chaser running down the front, that makes sense. But what was going on with Badok Smart Falcon? That thing was just booking it. It must have been a dueling. It was dueling.
The problematic guts gap.
It almost made a difference, which is so scary. But that Pace Chaser differential, the dueling must have ran out at the end there, and just the Pace Chaser ratios took over.
Yeah, it's going to be a 13-second dueling. And Pick Smart Falcon, unfortunately, does not have distance S. So, yeah, I mean, just a crazy late race coming out for the Fuji Kiseki into the dueling with the Smart Falcon. They just held each other's hand, pushed each other forward, and the Pace Chaser speed coefficient just barely wins out at the very end.
By the way, that's a huge placement for Badok. Now going to put his team ahead by a single point. Team Badoke is now in the lead.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is very scary to be so far ahead. I think it was like a 50-something point gap coming out of the sprints. Now down by 1 point, but it's still close enough. Anything could happen, I think.
I think specifically out of the kind of the pack of in contention, I mean, we talk about Jagalaga. Jagalaga has to start stepping up now, though. One more bad placement, and he is going to be out of the running unless every other leading team bombs, which is going to be very, very unlikely, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
The placements are getting locked in now. Unfortunately, a few teams out of the running at this point in the point total. But the front runners got to find something, because other than Badoke, 6th, 7th, 8th was what they placed.
Yeah. That's not what you want to see if your team is the one in
Definitely
contention,
not what you want to see. And going into this next race, it's going to be that Tokyo 1600 dirt, basically just a mirror of the Tokyo 1600 turf, meaning that Nishino Flower Unique is going to work this time. So Fuji Kiseki not going to have to rely on her miracle acceleration this time to snag a win. But those skills are still there. Well, I am excited to see what happens now after that crazy performance. There's always like a kind of vibe with these kind of things. Last week, Jakalaka's Corner Connoisseur Ogre Cap hitting 3 in a row. You know what? Like, we might see a 3x Train the Charts Radiant Star.
Yep, February stakes. It's not February anymore. It's not this CM anymore, but it's getting really important for these teams. Can Ray do it again? Can Charles Wagent, Cause, or Jaka manage to find some footing in the final moments of this event? Or will Badoke maintain the lead here as the front runner?
Yeah, I think I think basically our top 2 are probably going to be decided after this race. The gap is close, but it's not that close. If we see another similar placement finish in the spread, it's going to be pretty hard for either of the other teams to come into that top 2 spot.
The front runners, very important at the early stages of the race here. Badoke maintaining the lead just barely near to the inner rail, but getting caught up to. It's the Sparkly Stardom battle once again here as Summer Marzensky is going to struggle to keep pace with the 2 Smart Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, when Smart Falcon just walks up and says, I'm going to hit It's On into Sparkly Stardom, into Trending the Charts, into Escape Artist, it just is hard to deal with even when you have Mile Maven, but those Pace Chasers are closing the gap as well now.
We'll see if Fujikiseki or Major Arden can bring some explosiveness here. Also the Ogre Cap, Numa to take note of from Jaka Laka. And a good position here for Sparks, I believe. Speedstar, no miracles just yet. Will we see a perfect activation of a skill that really shouldn't be here? Radiant Star for Wagent on the outside with Lead the Charge. This Medjugorje Arden has potential, speeding up with the velocity as well. This Medjugorje Arden's going to do what the Fuji Kiseki did, trying to catch up to the Smart Falcons, but the distance is so far. The Smart Falcons battling it out, and it's going to be a Smart Falcon sweep of the first and second places.
Oh man, and I was so focused on our backliners, I didn't even see which Smart Falcon was in front when the chiclets disappeared. It looks like it's going to be Badoke, and I think that might seal the deal.
Yeah, the Smart Falcons this time, teaming up to, revolt against the Pace Chasers, holding hands down the final straight. I believe they were both dueling it down there, keeping the lead. So, very impressive performance. Smart Falcon is she is just a crazy Uma on dirt. We saw that Smaru with a strong start out the gate into Mile Maven. When we see this combo in other races, like you would assume that Samaru would have a sizable advantage, but as soon as Smart Falcon decides, playtime's over, pops 3 gold skills, there's nothing you can do about it.
Point totals have been updated here. But the gap is not insurmountable.
Yeah. Well, it is if Badoke gets 3rd or better, which he's been getting.
Yeah,
he's been getting. So
this Badoke individual might be the strongest free-to-play player to ever play Umamusume of all time.
I mean, I'm gonna say it, man. This Smart Falcon Uma is just disgusting, especially on dirt. On turf, it's super gross. Sparkly Stardom is a really strong unique, but you have to deal with, of course, having a really poor starting turf aptitude. But on dirt, I mean, she's basically just Thanos, right? I think a lot of the people going into last week even thought we were going to see a bunch of Smart Falcons, and then we were all really surprised to only see 1 front. And now coming into week 2, I'm really surprised to only see 2 Smart Falcons.
And taking a look at the view of the race, like the Smart Falcons had a 19-second duel there. Both Smart Falcons holding hands quite literally for 19 seconds down the final straight. And it was Badok who won at the end. And I think there's a very key reason why that was. With Badok having almost over double the amount of guts that Pike does on a 19-second duel. I think that is the difference maker.
All right.
This is the closest you can get to collusion without actual collusion. I think the lesson to take away from this though for your CM comps is you can't run solo front runner. This is the one front runner versus two front runner difference. I think Badok's performance last week was not particularly inspiring, but today it's third place or better, and that's it. Team Badok will take it.
Yeah, it's just like you said, Brickbat. Like the difference between one front runner and two front runner at this point in the game is just monumental. Not having a second front runner to compete with is just so detrimental for, for people who want to have a fun time. But that is going to change. Not now, but in the upcoming scenario, we're gonna have a small QL change to make solo front running a little bit more bearable. But yeah, at least at this point in time, the rule of the game is at least two fronts.
Yeah, would you rather have $1 or $2? That wasn't mine. I stole that from Jesu. That guy is kind of good at coming up with these.
Yeah, I think I would always rather have $2 personally.
Think of that $2 bill.
Oh man, I hope the $2 bill doesn't meet the same fate as the penny.
Final race of the event here. Team Badoke 269 points, Team W Agent 258 points, and the other teams not in contention for first place.
Well, if Badoke gets 9th, Cause W could take it, I guess.
No. 24? 66? No.
You're right. Oh my god, wow. Damn, this guy really is the free-to-play guy. Jesus Christ.
It was a team effort though. Sketchy, 36 points. Dr. Spectre, 58 points. Dupes, 14 points, and Omi, 40 points in the long. So Team Badoke on day 2 went crazy, but it's not over just yet.
Yep, that is very true, but we are just going to see a repeat of our first two races, I think, as these Smart Falcons are already in first out the gate. Not even Mile Maven giving Smart Falcon a chance this time, or Swimmer Maru. And again, we just see these combos of velocity skills, so disgusting. Speaking of velocity combos, we see the Fuji Kiseki pushing up pretty far. She seems to have slowed down a little bit, and Procs and Excel skill there in the middle, but
yeah,
man, it's gonna be really curious to see how this one plays out.
The main hope for everyone is having Pick be the one to take first place and somehow get ahead of Badoke, right? But unfortunately for the world, Badoke is looking quite strong right now, looking to overtake in the final moments, heading into the final leg. It's so incredibly close, but it's Pick who gets the XL, and that's really good news for everyone else. Will WH be able to do it? But it's Cause. It's Cause from the top ropes. It's Agnes Digital who is the one accelerating past absolutely everyone, and Agnes Digital is looking to steal away the spotlight at the very last moments. Uncharacteristic, but it's her. It's all the way from the back. It's going to be first place to Agnes Digital and the Smart Falcons maintaining. It's Badoke winning for his team.
We said Badoke had to come in third or better, and he does.
Just barely hanging on.
That's gonna wrap it up. That's it. We'll have to wait to see what the final totals are, but Team Badoke is definitely in first. We'd be curious to see if Cause's win manages to catch him up to Team W Agent.
And what a difference it makes when we have the front runners able to actually compete compared to last week. It was basically entirely late centric, and this week it was, I'm not sure where I did not see what caused proc there, but even with his crazy performances in the final race, the two Smart Falcons securing second and third place just really just shows just exactly how dominant this horse is on dirt when she has someone to work with.
And those.
Yeah, that is crazy. I want to point out. I mean, I gotta feel that. I gotta feel for Wagen and Cause W because they both had one race where they had a pretty damn good performance, but just an 8th and a 2nd from Cause and a 7th and 9th from Wagent that's rough. Like if those did not happen, I think we'd have a very different stat line happen, and that it's just heartbreaking to see. I think the late surgers just cannot find consistency in the second half. I think of this competition.
And that's going to be it. But that's the final point totals here. Team Badoke, first place, 283. Team Cause, 266 in second. And Team Wagen in third place. But I'll say it. Highlight of the tournament was the first race on dirt.
Yeah. I mean, there is so much beauty and soul and sweat and tears in that one Fuji Kiseki first place. I mean that's the race that you make in anime, you know? Like that's the episode 10 in the anime sort of peak. Yeah.
That's the birthday race right there.
Yeah.
Why wasn't that race in the movie, bro?
That was awesome. And just overall, I think, I mean, obviously, the one takeaway, I think Badoka's clearly solidified himself as probably the best free-to-play player of, like, all time. Especially in global, if not in all servers, because that's an insane performance. A first, a second, and a third. Just the only difference being someone else deciding to pick up that frontrunner to duel with you, I think speaks monuments. The fact that the only thing keeping you back was the fact that you were literally given an unwinnable hand on your first week, and in the second week, just coming back to take it is incredibly strong.
Yeah. Let's head on over to the Team Badoke VC and get a few thoughts.
Okay.
Ooh,
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, winners. How are you feeling?
Look.
Pretty good.
Look.
Really, really great.
I feel great.
Yeah,
I might not
yeah,
have contributed
good.
much.
Those last
But
races were
God, that
really
feels
so
good.
exciting to see.
Oh, dude, the dueling at the end. Oh my gosh.
I never get to be a part of winning teams.
Yeah, that's what he said
Finally.
before. Not this time though. You're a winner today, Sketchy.
Yes,
So
sir.
are all of us.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. I guess the Proto's soul is safe since we won.
Yeah.
I did put her soul on us winning. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you get to keep
Hey,
it.
we won! Who cares? We won!
Hey, Varun.
Okay, so
I'm happy that the cast doesn't
Okay.
matter.
starting with you, Sketchy, I guess. How was the whole event? How'd you feel?
I definitely felt like I was gonna be dead weight at the beginning, since I've never been a part of anything quite like this before. But honestly, by the end of this tournament, I just not even just in the tournament in general, just the amount of advancement I got. I had never had a S+ before this tournament, and my PB, which I ended up using in the tournament, the Taiki shuttle, was my first ever SS. Like that was the kind of change that the coaching of Badoke led me to, and I'm just so happy that I got to be a small part of something bigger and also commentate it. That was fun.
Oh yeah. Thank you for that, dude. This was so special.
That was really
No
fun.
problem.
I want to give you a shout out, Sketchy, because I remember meeting up with you for the Arizona meetups, and I remember like watching your careers. Like you were struggling to like complete some of the careers that you had. Going from that to like getting an SS, getting pretty damn good positions in all your races throughout the competition. I just want to shout out to you. You might be like the most improved player, like hands down in this competition.
I don't know how to feel about that because that sounds like that shouldn't be the truth.
But it is. I don't know.
It is. It is the truth, though.
It is. Yeah.
It
You
is
got
literally what
32
happened.
points. You got 32 points. 36 actually. Yeah.
Yeah, your average
Yeah.
placement across all 6 races was 3.8.
Whoa.
Yeah, and keep in mind this is
Hey,
not
man,
team
good.
fight tactics where where you have to be like top 4's top half. Like this is with one extra player 3.8. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, moving on. I was about to say Dr. Spectre. never mind. That guy's in the air. That guy.
Hey, that guy, he loves twin turbo like no one else. Shout outs to him.
Even on the air, he wins.
Yep.
Was anyone involved in his runs? What did he hit? Did he hit the twin turbo event? We were talking about it earlier.
Should I have to look?
I
think it was
like,
just
paying attention on the deck that he ran for the Uma that he submitted, but yeah, he had like turbo, so I was considering recommending him like using it, but instead of like using like bourbon. So I actually don't know if he used it for that one that he submitted. But hey, if he used it, then it worked out.
Looking at his horse, like actually insanely well built. 4 inherited uniques. Really impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his co-founder Ricky, bro.
Yeah, I recommended the if he had like cacao and obviously like KFC, to only buy them obviously if you can get both, because if you buy I don't know, if you get like a Kiss for Courage for Inheritance, you cannot like pick it up unless you have cacao, since you don't want to buy a recovery really on sprint. So on that run he landed both inherits, so he could use both of them.
Yeah, having both the cacao and KFC, as well as the angling and plancha for that XL, absolutely crazy run. Turf S as well, really well done.
Yeah. Also,
So-
moving on. Dupes. Yeah. How was it?
Well, look. Look.
We love you, dudes.
Look, my placings may not look good, but they do not show the effort I put into this event. I spent day after day after day trying to hit something, and I didn't. But, you know, we got points, right? You know, 14 is more than 0.
Hey, you know, the name of the game is Trainers Training. You know,
it's true.
Do you feel like you've learned?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I learned how to do guts better, optimize my runs better. Obviously, that's not really reflecting in my results, but I had an amazing time. I think.
That's all that matters, dude.
Just ecstatic about like how we just won, you know.
It'll
And I had okay placements in round 1 at least.
Every little bit counts. You know, you got your team won, and by a nice margin, but not an overwhelming amount. So every little bit counts.
Oh yeah, I did beat Sopralto's team. Thank you to the rest of you who did contribute to this win. But at least I have that.
Oh, I actually have a question for Omi. I think like looking through all of it, I think that third long race might have been the most pivotal race for boosting your team. What'd you feel?
I got complaints. All right, let me tell you. Before anything, this event was freaking awesome. I'm so glad you invited me. I'm really sorry that I was like maybe I can't about it with the schedule, but I just wanted to pull through. I want to apologize to Madoke because I legitimately only had time for like one sitting per run throughout the weeks. So my results last week weren't the best, but this week it was really nice. But I could have won it, man. It was gonna be a UG Uma. I stopped getting hammers after summer 2. That was the worst I've ever had in my life.
Man,
but
I get it.
I was really happy that I was able to at least get a first in general. I don't know how many points I put down, but overall, I did learn a lot during the event. I learned that if the first 10 turns aren't good, I can just door and just try again.
True that.
Yeah.
You got 40 points, by the way.
Oh, bet! Oh my god. No joke, last night at 2 a.m., I realized I need to make an Uma that can actually help my team. So I sat down for 2 hours, and it was just like, if the first 10 turns didn't give me at least a bajillion bond and keep this on already everything, then I was just gonna door. And then if the first shop wasn't good, I was gonna door. I wasted maybe 300 energy that night. It was awesome, man. This game's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that long race, I like just narratively, I think that was the race that sealed it. I think if you got like third or fourth, like it's just like a completely different story
For real?
for how it goes.
bet.
Yeah.
So freaking lootly. I did not think that we were going to win that long race at all. When you took the lead in the stretch, I was, as I was commentating it, I was losing my mind because in the back of my mind, I thought that like we are like the fourth best bourbon. We're not supposed to win this race.
Hey, man. You know, I did have only 800 wit.
All right.
It's a fake stat anyway. If you win, you win.
Yeah. Just hit the skills.
And last but definitely not least, Coach Badoke with the 56 points on day 2, first, second, and third. How are you feeling?
Ecstatic. So in day 1, I really couldn't I didn't see me winning a race once I saw the room composition, since there were no other front. So I already knew I wasn't getting first, but I could at least, if I connect duel with the Fuji Giseki was on day 1, I could push up and finish on a high placement. And that's exactly what happened on the majority of the races. I got third, fourth, and then on the last one I think I dropped a little. So I did pretty good considering that. And then moving on to obviously to day 2. I was trying to hit a better Falco, but I wasn't I guess settling for this one. The only thing is that it doesn't have high width, only 850. But I was sure about the skills that the Falco had and the other stats. So since I couldn't really test it on day 1, since there were no other fronts, I decided to give it a go on this one. And then as I lost normally the lead to X Falco, since with the speed power he had access to its own escape artist, better skills to take the lead. And that's what happened. But then even on second, I had some acceleration that could help. On the first map it was redshift, and in all the maps I had ignited power in the case I needed to obviously hit something. And then I connect duel, and then I just rocket off thanks to the cuts. And that's what allowed me to get second on the first map and take away the first place finish on the second map. I had a plan to go with guts just because dueling is just so strong on Mile and on some of these tracks that I just had to go for it, and it ended up paying off. Even if I lost lead, I think it really paid off.
Yeah, I think you dueled the Fuji to the death actually in the first map.
Yeah.
You died at the end there, so it was literally a duel to the death. Falco doing her absolute best to try to win there. And in that second map, a little bit of Falco collusion, I think. 19-second duels from both the Falcos running down the final straight was a little bit unfair towards the other paces, I'd say. But, a well-deserved win.
Yeah. Any last words before we head on to talk to a few other people?
I'm glad how much my team progressed, learned the game, and just managed to somehow show that to me that they were learning. And all of them get points on the boards that allowed us to win. This wasn't only me, Doctor, Dupes, Sketchy, Omi, all of them contributed to the win, and all of them put points onto the team's victory. So I couldn't have done it without you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you, man. Thank you for being our coach, man, for helping us do this.
We couldn't have done it without all of our
efforts. Thank you, Taylor-san.
Thanks for inviting me, by the way. This was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, this was awesome. I had a really good time. Thank you to everyone on the tourney staff. Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully we'll do something like this, but even better again But yeah, we're gonna head on to talk to a few other people. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think everyone would just run Christmas already have Cronus. I don't
Hello,
know.
hello, Jacka.
I saw you guys.
Hello. Maybe we should have banned Smart Falcon if you thought about it.
You should have convinced Pick really hard to not run Smart Falcon week 2.
I should have. And also Cat Bomb griefed me like twice during those races. Like I could did you see that first race? I hit like instant on your left, Radiant Star, ran into fucking Cat Bomb and lost everything. Like Cat Bomb was actually like my biggest op. So if Cat Bomb, if you listen to this, fuck you.
We're gonna be calling into Team Cat Bomb right after, so we'll get to hear the response there.
I'm glad.
Tell him he's shit for me. Thank you. Tell him Jaka said he's shit.
And
he should feel bad.
The team though, the team did quite well today, right? I think most notably,
everybody did good.
Most notably, Miasma with the Hishi Amazon on Miles.
Let's go.
That was inspiring.
Listen, if you pick Oshi, you will always win. I don't need meta. I just need some good iron.
Exactly. Yeah, Miasma was fucking goated this run. I was really proud of how Miasma did, and she learned a lot, and she asked a lot of questions too. She was really hungry to learn, and I really respected that from her. So I'm really proud of how Miasma did today.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Red New, even though he's not here.
I got you. I'm Red New.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, fair enough. Hello, Red New. I mean, that second third you got in the absolute nuclear wasteland nightmare log. And I never thought I'd say this, but wow, the Christmas overcap kind of looked like an underdog. And I never thought I'd say this combination word.
There's a reason why we had to all ban Christmas overcap. That character is literally broken. I had 3 white skills in order to proc, and I did the Christmas overcap didn't proc him in the first one, and then second and third I just blew the competition out of the water with an S+ Umamusume. Just letting y'all know, Christmas overcap's kind of broken. So
thank you, Red New. That was excellent. Thank you for your words. Red New. Red New. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Now Wolf Scratch. How'd you feel? How's the event?
Fucking Christ. Okay, I think I'm gonna pop this screenshot in general chat because I just don't care anymore. I'm just saying, sometimes life sucks and it doesn't matter how hard you work, it just won't work out, and that's all right. There you go. That's my total hours and plus the past 2 weeks of how much I've been playing this game.
Oh my god.
Insane.
Oh my god, you literally did a double work shift.
Oh.
So this literally what happened. The total hours I played this game, if it's not showing up on stream, is 141.7 hours. For the past 2 weeks, I have accumulated 72.5. 72.5. Oh my god. But I will say, as like a positive thing, first of all, like I'm super detached from like the Umamusume. I came in from like the anime, and I got in because my good friend Anti, she's one of my best friends, and she actually pushed for me to commentate Umamusume at Genesis. And that's where I got first introduced to the competitive side at Umamusume, and I thought it was insane. I also saw how broken Crystal's Overcap was. It was really terrifying. And after that, I just wanted to get more involved with the community, like commentate more stuff, learn more about this game. And then when I got accepted for the trainer training, I was really excited to like push myself to learn a game that I would think that I had no chance of doing well at. And the first week was terrible. I had Taiki Shuttle with groundwork with no cohesion whatsoever. And I just kind of had to, I scammed a win through like high wit on the uphill race. But then after that, I asked like Jackalaka like a bunch of questions and learned a lot. If you check the amount of times I sent messages in Team Jackalaka, it's like 400 and something. So like I was asking a lot, and this Jackalaka has a lot of knowledge, was a really knowledgeable teacher, and helped me learn a lot about this game. And that it is an RNG game, but there's a lot of things that you can skew into your favor. And also, Late surging fucking sucks. Oh my fucking god. It's literally the worst thing I've ever done. I will never do this again.
Pacers stay winning, guys.
Valid crash out, brother.
All right, Kronos. Any thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah, this was a really fun event. I had a really great time. Also, Team Cause, I hope you're happy with me giving you a lot of points by being the second front runner for carrying you all the way. So, shoutouts to them, especially Sopralto being the second front runner to help me out a lot for that race. Those races would have been terrible for me otherwise. But yeah, learned a lot. Like I've already had a ton of playtime in this game, like across 2 accounts. But Jacka has been so helpful for me for just learning so much. I really improved my gameplay a lot, my skill choices a lot. Even though I thought they were already previously pretty good, but wow, there's so much inside knowledge that I just picked up just doing runs and learning more. It was such a great time, and I really would like to do this again. So fun.
All right, Jacka, any last thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, no, I had an amazing team. Yeah, I wouldn't have done this with any other team. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate all the kind words, and I appreciate that everyone really put their best effort in. And I see that, and I respect it a lot.
We're a family.
We're
Family. Feeling easier grinding Tekken.
Yeah.
We're a family, guys.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Wait, what did you say about Capcom again though? What was that? Can I hear that?
I doubled down on that though. Yeah.
All right, let's head on over to Capcom.
Yeah, I doubled down.
All right, hi Capcom.
All right, my model tracking is gonna turn off real quick because I need to check.
Oh wait.
Oh.
Hello.
Never mind.
Oh, hello. Oh, shoot.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, I'm hearing double. Wait.
Yeah, I got confused too. I was. What just happened?
All right,
Welcome
Catbomb.
in.
First thing. Jakalaka says "fuck you" because he was sniffing your ass in those last 2 races.
Okay. Okay. So first off, I've heard that we were scammed out of an interview last week because I actually attained the most points in Spring.
Yes, you beat Dr. Spectre by 2 points last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would just like a formal apology for that.
I formally apologize. In the next iteration of the event, Team Capcom will get priority, and a bunch of
our
other
stolen points.
And
I think I won, and then we didn't get any points. It was kind of crazy.
We had to fight for that.
Okay.
So,
Anyway,
sorry, what did Jakalaka say?
Jakalaka was not happy because your Uma obstructed his.
Oh, I mean, skill issue.
All right.
Next question.
Okay, Void. Actually, Void, you were holding hands with Mark in a lot of those races. How do you feel?
We had the plan to stop in the middle of the track and make out, but I guess he just didn't want to stop. So it's kind of on him. So blame him for no content. But we're both a Keenan winner. He did beat me in total points, so I guess I'm gonna have to fight him in real life.
Okay, good luck with that. So
it's fine.
What do I ask next? Break Bad, you ask a question.
No, I mean, I mean.
Okay, never mind.
How are you gonna make out with him, man? Like, if you had a choice.
You want the details?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay. So Hashire Haru, how are you feeling? How was the event overall?
I learned a lot, man. I had so many moments on stream where I just before trainer training, I had no idea what I was doing wrong. I didn't even know what Junior Jewel was before the trainer training happened. So I learned a lot. I'm also did so many runs. I'm so burnt out of it, but it was so much fun.
Still in cosplay, right?
I am still in cosplay. Yeah. I'm still in my Haru cosplay for the event. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, also, I want to shout out you, Void. When everyone was doing their little hours check, you have 142 hours in the last 2 weeks, which that one's Jesus.
That's only on the PC. I play during work, so there's still some hours left on the table.
Also excluding your GP hours.
Yeah, JP is, secondary for now, but it's CM. It's almost CM time. We're gonna lock in, and then it's League of Heroes.
All right. Any final thoughts, Team Cat Bomb?
Next one, I'm winning.
Who are you going to
Beating
beat?
Marks.
Yes.
It's not over.
Wait.
Actually, since you guys are here, I'll take a nice shot of the sake that I was waiting on drinking for the win, but came second. It's good enough. Cheers.
Wait, Saya, who are you going to next?
Let's see. We are going to Cause next. Cause W next.
Yeah. I don't really have anything to say to Cause W. Hello, tell
sure
him. I don't know, actually. I have nothing to say to him. He's a swell guy. Tell him he's a swell guy, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot's been done to Cause over the
Ask
course
him
of
how
this
the-
event, actually.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we should like roast or like try to like trash talk because I think Kazu's been
Ask him how the
been
delivery
through it.
goes.
Yeah.
Ask him how the kids are, I guess.
Make sure they're healthy.
Okay, I'll
This
ask him.
having two kids?
I'll ask him how
Yeah,
the
they've been
kids
through
are.
what? Pregnancy,
Yeah.
Vegemite, 2 things of equal proportions. Like, okay, just so much. Holy fuck.
It sounds bad,
The MPreg, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
holy
Oh my god.
All right, well, I'll ask Cause how the kids are doing. Let's go. Hey, Cause. Cause, how are the kids doing?
Hello. The kids? Oh, apparently.
I hate you! Yeah, we hate him.
Yeah, okay, apparently I'm at 70 kids.
Oh. We do have something sweaty left, you guys, that you need to play on stream. It's in our team group. You have to play it live.
I can play
She said
it.
to.
I can play, but I'm kind of scared. Do you have like a?
No. We've already read it. We've already read it. She doesn't scream. We
ordered it.
promise.
It's not that.
We
crazy.
all proofread this or proof audio. Fuck.
My coach betrayed me for another student at the
Come on,
track
do
and
watch on stream.
academy or tracing, whatever, type shit.
Wow, this is.
And he ruined my life. I worked
Wow, I'm
day
impressed.
and night.
I was
effortlessly
recording.
with my air group. First, I
Holy
hated air
shit.
group. Then I kind of realized she looked like Floppa Cat, and that's kind of cute. I learned to live, breathe, sleep, air groove. I closed my eyes. I seen air groove. All right. I smell the air. Air grooves in the air. Everything reminded me
Holy
of her.
shit,
If I was
Cause,
playing
bro.
League of
What's
Legends,
up?
I could
Dude,
feel
what
air
is-
groove in the corner of my room.
I didn't do
All
anything
right?
to her.
What
I don't
they
know.
did
man.
to
Dude,
me.
No,
your
you
kids are
didn't.
gonna
You
be-
literally did a lot to us. You literally put. Oh my god,
think I can
we
play
got so mad. We
Umamusume
had to tell you
anymore,
pregnant.
knowing that cause exists.
It wasn't my fault.
Okay. He cheated on us and he helped another team.
Ooh, yeah.
That's Charles' fault. All right?
Welcome
That's not
home,
my fault.
cheater. Read the status. Welcome home, cheater. That's what you are, amigo.
Charles abandoned Ray at the side of the road. I was like, oh, poor little kitten. She needs help. What the hell do I do? I need to help.
He even
I
said
told
last
her-
week, he said she was so good, she would have been in medium group, and he still went and he helped her. I don't think Charles coming into our streams helping us.
So I was in her stream going like, yeah, you should take these cards because your current choices are aren't that great, and also you should consider on these turns maybe not do that. And these skills are better than those skills, yeah.
See, he's hand holding. You should just get rid of him. We don't have any coach.
I did
You
this
know
for
what?
all of you as well. I just help anybody that needs
Yeah,
help.
well, you're on our team.
Sweaty could have won. She
Yeah,
came
the
to
real
me
one,
with
no.
tears.
What you actually should
were
have
you?
done, if you're giving
Where were
deck
you?
suggestions, everyone knows you should have gone in there and started giving like gray level deck suggestions. Like here, look, the real shit is like
5
6
wit.
wit, 6 wit, and trust me, you gotta borrow
Our
same wit.
Rico. You have to run our Rico.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Kashi, which is MLB.
By the way,
Our
Grace
Rico.
should be a coach for this.
Our Rico. Can you pull up the pregnancy art I drew of our coach, please?
It's within TOS. It's within TOS.
Was this the one where Taupe was featured prominently as well, riding?
Yes, it's in TOS. I made sure.
It isn't?
Yeah, listen, it is in TOS.
It is. It's in TOS. I would never sabotage.
Listen, if it's been on my stream, it's in TOS. It's fine.
So wait, okay, I gotta ask for clarification. Is Toph like in front being smushed by the belly, or is Cos W's pregnant stomach like it was?
You're spoiling it. You're
translucent,
spoiling it.
Where you could. Well, I just need to know because this is pretty important.
He's not spoiling it. He's giving a sneak preview to kind of whet everyone's appetite. you know?
Yeah.
Like,
So speaking
like
of
a,
wet, right? So is Toph
preview,
within
like a movie trailer? Like a movie trailer.
Okay, so while this is up on the screen, I'm gonna ask some serious questions. Okay, Rin, how did you feel about the event? How was your experience? And I guess did you have fun?
I'm not good at this. I had fun. My TM op flop, but it's okay. I Oshi run, and I had to draw my coach pregnant because I got mad, so I kept making their belly bigger every time I'm mad at them. But I had fun. Yeah. Skibbity Riz 6-7.
Okay, well, so Pralto, congratulations on getting 3 first places today, a first place last week, and just overall being pretty dominant in the medium division. Do you have any words?
All I want to say is I would have swept last week if I didn't get cucked by that late start.
You would have won if you would have won. Huge.
I would have. Shut up. You cheated on us. I don't want to hear this. Welcome home, cheater. Okay? We could have gotten first place. We could have been here in first place. But you know what? This guy whisked Daring Strike. I didn't even see Daring Strike the second race.
I could have won if I could have won. Like, you know.
Okay, so
You literally sabotage us.
Right, let's keep on.
All right.
Sorry, this is what the room is mostly. This is what the Kazu voice chat has been like for most of today.
This is awesome.
We talked about Omegaverse and then we won. I want you to know.
We taught Kazu about the Omegaverse.
And then I started winning, and we just kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then we stopped, and then we lost.
Yeah. The moment Agnes won is when I started yelling 6-7 at her, and she started winning.
She was in number 7.
That actually did make us win. Yeah.
So Cos W is an Omega, right? That's
okay. So Toph,
correct.
You've had a pretty consistent performance across the 2 days. How are you feeling?
Hello. Yep. It's just really funny. Like, I kind of mentioned this in general. Like, I like made my Uma or whatever. I made some really good pairs, and I was like, great. I have like really easy chance of hitting long S. And then I was doing Ace Friends. I was like, dude, I'm not hitting long S. I'm only hitting Turf S. And I was like, whatever. All right. I hit all this mid race. It'll be fine. I see my lobby. It's 8 fronts, and I'm like, oh, long S doesn't matter at all. So honestly, I got really lucky that like the one thing I didn't hit is like the one thing I didn't need. Everyone knows distance S is fake anyway. But yeah, I think it worked out. I mean, look, I knew Soppy, like I saw Soppy's S-Maru that she hit, and I was like, dude, this S-Maru like will dominate the lobby if we don't get unlucky. And I was like, I just need to like hold. Like I just need to like, do a decent enough job, and we have a real shot at winning. And I think we did. I mean, we got second. I'm pretty, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with that. I think we did really good. So I think everyone did great, and I had a lot of fun.
Leaving the nicest person for last was insane.
No, not last. Last but not least, Cause, who went 8th, 7th, but then got a miraculous first. How are you feeling?
He's not our coach anymore.
I'm feeling pretty good about this. I mean, like as Sop was saying, using her words, if we didn't get cucked, it could have been easy sweep. But block after block, using all your skills in no zone, blah blah blah, whatever. But overall, the event has been pretty fun. Say what you will about the cheating, maybe that's true, maybe it's not, but what did happen is that I think I was a part of every single person's Uma build here, and I think I find a lot of joy in just making shit happen and making things work. So being part of this event and like trying to put together a team of what I lost my word, sorry.
Yeah, that was correct.
Trying to make Uma with these handicaps, with these settings, under these conditions, having a break from CM has been a lot of fun to me. And I would do this again every single time. Like it's great. I like building things. I like looking at a track and going, yeah, that looks fucking good, yo. So
I want to preface, Kazu did not help me with my Mario. That was actually Toph.
I was literally side by side on your screen going, yeah, buy these skills. These are
No, he did not say that. He said I'm nodding along while Toph and I were in VC debating what we should do.
We literally have rules against coaches backseating.
But you backseated an Ishino flower.
Don't talk to us, you cheater!
All right, and with that, we're gonna head on over to the next BC. Thanks for participating, and
Bye,
yeah.
Saya. Thank you for running. This was really fun. Goodbye, everyone else.
You cheater!
Me? Wait, me?
No, Kazu.
Oh, okay.
No, Kazu.
All
No,
good,
no,
all
no.
good, all good.
Kazu, get here!
Hello.
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 Sorry, I still haven't recovered from being in the previous call.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It was an experience.
We're just not sure how we can top male preg.
We're just happy we don't have to listen to that anymore. To be real.
So I'm gonna go from Mile to coach here.
What if you go the other way? What if you go the other way? You thought about that?
No. This is important. It's important. So Jam, there's some allegations being spread that you got a lot of hours in this video game.
Yeah.
No,
I just like looking at my. I like looking at my horses. So.
Okay.
Oh yeah, just admiring. That's fine.
So as the sole greatest performer in the entire event, going first. You have any words?
I went first. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we just went from end pregnancy to fathering, so I mean it's just a logical
Yeah.
progression.
I suppose so.
Leo, you also had quite a great performance in sprint. I guess any thoughts on the whole event? Did you have fun?
Yeah, I thought the event was really fun. I thought the coaching sessions with Wagent were very informative. I feel like I learned a lot, and I mean, I'm especially glad that as a backline enjoyer, backline main, I got paired with a backline enjoyer coach who could definitely take it to the next level. So I think that's shown with the placements in sprint both days and capping off the 6th race with a win. I was pretty happy.
Yeah, I would say like maybe even just like mildly contested by the Raise Fuji, but I think your pick was like the most interesting to watch throughout the competition. Did you just pick King Halo because she was like your only sprint backliner, or was there a particular reason you decided to pick her up?
Yeah, I had initially, so Taishin is like my goat, and obviously Wagent is also a big Taishin guy. And when we were talking initially, I was like, oh, if I could run Taishin as my pick for the sprint, that would be awesome. And I was basically told Taishin is not going to work. So my second choice was King Halo, who I also love. I mean, she's one of my favorites in the game, and she is backline. So I've run her as end closer before. I've run her as late surger. I love her character, and I was happy I could run a backliner still. Obviously, she's she can run everything, so she works really well in sprint.
Yep,
Impeccable taste.
We have the lenience of running a good race rotation with King Halo, so
yeah.
I would have loved to do Taishin, but not in man. We can't really do that here. So I'm very glad to see that we won with King Halo.
Yeah, the last race was cinema. Like the super early push up, the perfect not even the excels, just I don't know. It was so satisfying.
Right.
Yeah, that was an awesome race.
Definitely.
Shout out. That was one of the cooler races this entire tournament.
Oh no, personally, my favorite race was Kashu's win. That one was the one that had me fucking screaming at my screen to run. Oh my god, that was incredible. It was not today. It was last week.
Yeah. It's like our whole VC during that race was like the Cinderella Gray scene where Kitahara is like, "Run your heart out!" Like that was our VC was just popping off.
Yeah, that moment meant a lot to me.
Oh yeah, I'm very glad that my team could perform well. Every single one of us podiumed, and 3 of us won a race. So very happy. Our final placement doesn't really matter to me. I'm just happy that my team got to have a lot of fun. GG's to Badok and Preg W though.
All
They
right.
did pretty good. What's up?
No, my bad. My
No, you're
timing
good,
has
you're
my
good.
timing has been very off today.
Rin, do you want to say anything before we?
I thought we were going down the list there, so it should be Kashi next.
Oh, okay. Saya, do you have anything to say to Kashi?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like Saya got anything to say, and I was like, whoa. But yeah,
Heard the interview?
but yeah,
Glaze my mid laner. Glaze my mid laner.
yeah, Cashew on Medium. I guess how do you feel about the whole event? How's working with Wagent?
I absolutely loved the event. It was a blast. I'd do it again in a heartbeat without even thinking about it. I absolutely loved all the time I spent with my team. Obviously, my placements today were not desirable, but I was pretty happy that I was able to win at least once with my Oshi. I got between last week and this week, I had 63 veteran Umas, and I couldn't make something better than my last Tama, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out this time. But I had a dang blast. I learned a ton. I learned I should be racing more than 30 times in a career. Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, that's made for you.
He has been an incredible trainee, and I'm so happy to have him on my team.
And Rin dedicated to the end closer Maya. How was the event overall?
Overall, the event was fine. A little disappointed with the performance today, obviously, but that's what can you do against 7 front runners and then a pace chaser today, which I think kind of actually messed up Maya a little bit going into today here. But I did learn a lot today from Wage, and it was very fun. Learned a lot about how to train properly and the importance of using Miles Sparks and racing almost 6 runs in a row in a career. Just insane. But I had a great time today. I had a really fun time today. I would totally do it again.
God, John, did you really mean that?
All right, last but not least, the guy who cannot stop changing profile pictures already changed his profile picture to the newest Gakumas music video.
No, I love her.
How are you feeling?
Yes.
How's the event?
I loved it. It was great. Badok was my dessert. We have been like messaging each other this whole time, watching us trade wins back and forth. Ray as well. I've been talking a lot about this event to Ray, and we've just been having a good time all around. I'm happy that I. Yo, Juck, I don't know you. Alright, I'm sorry, I was looking at chat.
Lock in.
Sorry. I was very happy that I got to see Arden fly in one of those races. Her glass legs shattered at the end, but I was so happy to see her take third in the second dirt race. Overall, thank you for hosting this event. My team has been incredible. I'm hoping to stay in contact with them moving forward, and if there's ever a season 2, I will be there.
All right, awesome. Anyone else have any last words before we move on?
I would echo thank you for hosting the event. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
thank
it was
you
really
for
fun.
having me.
Yeah,
Thanks for inviting me too.
There's definitely going to be like a feedback form and all of that, so we can make the next one better if there is a next. Okay,
Can we put a rule of no 8 frontrunners in long?
we'll figure something out to make it more interesting.
Kind of like when we banned Christmas Ogre from Medium. We could do something for long, shortly.
We'll figure something out. All
The
right.
next one can have a dibs system.
Oh.
There we go.
Maybe. We'll see.
I have something to say.
Yeah?
Happy late birthday to North Flight. It was their birthday a few days ago.
Wahoo.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. And happy birthday to currently to Daring Tax, by the way. Everyone thought about Fuji Kaseki. It's also Daring Tax's birthday today.
Yeah, and we're going to keep thinking about Fuji Kaseki. We're moving to Raise VC.
Move in towards the rail. Oh.
Sorry, I was talking to chat.
Oh, okay. I probably should have said we were gonna join ahead of time.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thanks again for being a coach for this. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed getting to meet my team. I'm sorry that they're not here now. They're pretty tired. I think Kin is like 4 a.m. for her. So.
Yeah, that's unsurprising. How are you feeling about that win you got? That was quite inspiring.
I'm embarrassed to watch it back on stream because I did start crying a little bit. No, it was good. Like my chat was going insane, and they were all. I mean, it was so fun. It was so inspiring. We had a really good time.
Yeah, I mean that was awesome. That's an off meta horse on dirt, going against like literally like 8 of some of the best players in the game and coming on top. Like you look like Fuji looked fucking amazing doing it, and that you look really good. That Fuji was also like UG, and I saw this. That was a fucked up Fuji Q second. That was amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I think my chat knows that I was streaming runs with her yesterday, and I was really I was just spamming runs to try and get something. And my literal last run of the day, my second inspiration, I finally got the dirt, and then yeah, that was it. It's crazy when your number of viable Umas gets cut into like 1/3 because you have to hit the dirt spark just to be able to compete.
Yeah,
she did really well though. That
Yeah.
first race, that was truly a magical moment.
It really was. It really was. I was just sad that the lobbies weren't really set up in a way that I could hit no stopping me. So like, why did I run the Yuki no Fusion card?
The stat line was crazy. Like, would 0 be you can
Yeah. Yeah, that was a god run for sure.
Is there like anything else you want to say to the people? And
I mean, happy birthday, Fuji. I'm so glad I got to get her a win on her actual birthday. That's so awesome.
all right.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks again. There'll definitely be like a
Mhm.
feedback form and all of that. So if this happens
Yeah.
again, it'll be even better. And we're gonna head off to Team Charles.
Thanks.
Oh.
Oh.
It's too
Oh.
late.
Scramble.
Yeah.
Hello.
This
is a little awkward.
This is a bit awkward.
Hey guys, what do we
Hello. What do we say? We haven't came up with what we are supposed to say yet. So
Wait, I got it.
Ahead.
Markelius, how you kissing that guy?
Go.
Oh, you talk about Void.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Well,
talk about that.
Yeah, see,
detail.
We had plans originally. Actually, there was a secret plan. We were going to run Gold City and Tosa and Jordan. I was gonna be Jordan. He's gonna be City. And then we were just gonna stop in the middle of the track and then just like kiss, you know? Just one for the fans.
Wow.
But
I
unfortunately
don't think,
didn't pan out.
I don't think I can think of anything more
You
romantic.
know,
than that.
I can tell that you guys are close because like you said the exact same thing.
Wow.
with like the
Yeah.
exact same. But speaking of close and not close, there are some allegations being levied towards cause involving a certain member of this team.
I see.
I can explain that.
We can explain.
Okay,
Well, you want to go first? You want to go first? You were
I'm
the
gonna
first.
go first, Charles.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Charles has been really, really busy fixing his sleep schedule, so he replies to us in like 1 to 3 business days. So I was like I was cramming my Nishino flower runs yesterday, and it was going horribly because Nishino just keeps getting mood downs and stuff. And I was looking at my deck, and then CosW came to my stream on his own and suggested like a better deck. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So I had a better deck, and I had like a better run. And yeah, that was it. That was his thing. I did not ask for help.
Right.
He just helped me on his own.
Right. And for my side, well, for the past week, ever since the first event happened and my sleep schedule was like I went to sleep 11 in the morning, I spent half a week fixing the sleep schedule, and it was doom. There was a lot of other stuff that I was doing as well for content creation and stuff, like for videos, for streaming, whatever. And so I really felt bad, but at the same time, yeah, sorry, Team Charles, for
No, it's
not being able to
okay.
catch up. I tried to
I mean, he
reply to
replies,
the
but
best.
yeah.
Yeah, I tried to reply to the best of my ability, but like, I believe that I could have done better, I guess. Thank you, Cos, for helping out Ray. And Ray did end up getting 2 third places on the sprint track, while Cos places 5, 4, 6. So
To be fair, it was just
that-
the deck that helped. My knowledge of like the training is still from Charles. So yeah.
Okay, so drama aside, Nick, how was it? How was the event?
Oh,
go
on.
Well, my runs sucked. I did like 40 runs from last week to this week, and I hit S medium 3 whole times, and those didn't pan out. So overall, it was fine. I mean, I've never really used Special Week. So seeing even in this one where she would just be like the only pace chaser, thank you, medium lobbies, for 2 front, 1 pace. Just getting overtaken, procking, no stopping me, procking her unique, and then somehow doing well. I mean, it gave me appreciation for that. I don't know, it's interesting because we can't be coached like during a run. So the coaching itself is just kind of like note taking, which I was not expecting, but overall it was fine. I think it's just the nature of, it's not a fighting game. You can't literally go, hey, you got to do this in this situation. It's like, hey, did you get your speed clicks, buddy? Nope. Do it next time. So overall, I liked it.
Yeah, and speaking about fighting games, Jesu, you said you had a high probability of going 9th. Your average placement was 4.5. So very
Dude,
much.
I'll take it. That's like right in the middle.
Very much not 9th.
Quite literally.
How was the event?
Dude, I got slimed today. I tried my best for the last time, and then I was like, I got very lucky with the Maya, and like in between trying to do parent runs, like on plain Wi-Fi where every turn takes like 5 to 10 seconds, or trying to do parent runs like at 1 a.m. by the bar, 3 soju cocktails in, and I'm like, oh no, I gotta do stuff for traders trials while like at an offline fighting game event. I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, set anything up for day 2. Thankfully, I got a little bit lucky with the runs from like literally this afternoon. Unfortunately, my Maya did kind of die a little bit today, but you know what? She did her best. She got 4th, 7th, and 5th. And it was actually very fun, like playing Uma in terms of like, oh yes, this is the roguelike video game where I have to wait for all my carrots so I can pull the characters whose stories I want to read. But also, there's the team who is hoping on me to get some points so that we can all contribute to our team ranking. And in that sense, it was some of the most fun that I've had playing Uma. Despite it also being like, oh my god, I need to make a spreadsheet so that I know which skills I need to hit and which hits correspond to which skills I'm looking for in the run. But yeah, it was really fun. And it was also very fun, like being the first one to go. So the entire rest of the stream is just me cheering on my teammates and being like, let's fucking go. Or seeing their Uma die and being like, it's okay, it happens. We'll go get him next time. But yeah, Mark like held my hand through a career and just answered all of my questions about Mant, despite me not having played the scenario before the event started. Like 2 days before, he was like, all right, I got you. Hop in VC and I'll answer any question you have. And I got the spark notes on Mant. It was so awesome. My team is so my team is so godlike.
God.
Can we give a shout out to Mark actually? Because while I was like away and struggling, he actually not managed, but like he actually kept the team together very well, and that's actually insane how you were answering questions for them and helping them out to decisions when I wasn't really here. I really appreciate it, and thank you for clutching up.
You're welcome.
Yeah, W Mark.
Yeah.
But also W Charles. He sat in call with us, I think, for like 3 or 4 hours, being like, okay, here are our game plans. Here are the Umas that are gonna make the most sense to train with them. And like looked through all of our support card lists to be like, all right, here's the game plan. You let me know if you have any questions. You also let Mark know if you have any questions, but he gave us like really good blueprints so that like we didn't have to throughout the week be like, oh Charles, what do we do about this? Do I swap out this card? Like what do I do? Like he took the time to sit down and set us up. So I appreciate him as well.
I feel like our starting strategy, we didn't really change that much aside from Ray's frontrunner Bourbon into Nishino. And on our starting strategy wasn't really that off. I guess the Spachanki did place, and even in week 2, well, I guess because week 2 everybody had better Umas, it was like,
and I didn't.
And Nick didn't manage to get a better new ace. But like our starting strategy was actually not too bad, and so for the first week we didn't really place that many. We didn't hit first place that many times, but everybody got a very high, like at least 15 points each, and also the first week was like. We got second place, close to like 3 points away from Raging, where we didn't really place first place and got second by very close margin. While we could have done better on week, pardon my like absence, but it's
the strats were still there.
Okay, the strats were there, and I appreciate every one of my teammates for being able to execute them. Like we pulled off that Maya strat. We talked about it, and we pulled off that Maya strat one time. It was an inspiration from CM5 Maya Top Gun on Hanshin Downhill, and some of you guys here may know about it, but like Maya Top Gun on front. And the idea was that we're expecting Taiki shuttles to be played. And we expect that there is going to be people that push up to the frontrunner pack. No matter how many fronts, surely they can't be like more than 4 fronts, right? No matter how many fronts there are, we expect the Taiki to push up into the front pack. And even if a Maya is being slimed by Bourbons, we're in like 2nd, 3rd place. Myo Top Gun should be able to pull off a unique skill and may be able to luck into a win. That was the best strategy that I came up with, considering Jatsu's account status back then. He actually, like, I told him to swipe on the spot for Kira and Fine Motion because he had none of those cards. He had 0 MLB SSRs starting this event. So like, that was the best strat that I came up with for example, Jitsu's Maya, and it worked out pretty well. And we actually placed and got some points on Mile, which I was really happy. Very proud of Jitsu and Mark for being able to clutch up and learn Mant in such a short time. It's not easy, and I appreciate it. Yeah.
So yeah,
any of you guys have gone?
What I'm getting from this is Mark for coach in version 2.
Wow.
He's gonna split up Team Charles. It's so fucked up. He's gonna make us fight each other.
Wow.
Not
I didn't stream my runs.
So much
Nobody
family
saw me
drama already
crashing
this
out.
stream.
Yeah.
Also,
oh no,
I do want to point out. Yeah, I think this team in particular, at least looking at the score lines, where it was pretty interesting. It felt like for the most part, everyone was at least like podiuming or like getting top half scores and stuff like that. So to me, it seemed like across the board, and I don't know what the exact team dynamic led to it, but it seemed like all of you guys felt like really pulled your weight, particularly in this team. So I was just wanted to give a shout out to all you guys on that.
I think outside of Charles's Ogre just deciding to do nothing for some reason this week, I think that it was the only 9th and maybe even the only like 8th and below. If I'm
It was so
correct in that.
weird. It was so weird. I think
Yeah, she
I don't know
she
what
didn't do
happened.
anything. It's so strange.
Yeah, it was so bad. But it happens in Laurels regardless.
Yeah. No, but that first day ended, and we were like, "Damn, are we the second best to ever do it?" Because it was just like it was so funny seeing all the like consistent placements. We
I
were like,
love
"Wait, we've
silver
only had
medals.
one first place, and it was at the end."
Yeah, it was
but
the
why
last
are we,
race.
like
Yeah,
solid
I
in
would-
points the whole time, and then we just saw that like our placements were so consistent. We were like, "Oh,
That
yippee." So it was a
reminds
very
me
fun
though.
first day.
I missed groundwork twice last week.
Oh no!
I looked at that.
Hell no.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Hold up.
Fell through the floor.
Was that the reason you were going for the sympathy handshake? Better groundworks.
we would not
No,
have known
that was a
beforehand.
meme. That was a meme. That was a meme.
Just leftover
Oh,
SPA.
I see. Okay.
All right, but any final words before we pop into general for a second, then outro?
Thank you for hosting.
No, that's it.
It was fun.
Thank you, Saya. Thank you, Saya,
thanks
for
for hosting.
hosting.
Yeah.
And also, I
Appreciate
did see the UI change as well. If you guys didn't notice the UI this time, this week, the race or like the game screen was on the left. Yes, thank you, Saya. Saya is such an insane, like, Saya. Saya is such an insane organizer. Like, man, like, I have no words can show my appreciation for you. Like, you're insane, Saya. Thank you. And that's it.
And
Yep.
every staff.
Yep,
Yeah, thank you, team.
Yeah.
Thank you, all staff. Thank
Good
you
work,
for
team. O2 team,
Yeah,
every staff.
Thank you.
See ya.
Yay,
Yep.
GG.
Yeah.
Would take the lead from him.
I'm crashing
many
general.
times, but
Yeah, it was
then
good,
would
bro.
just lose the lead.
General.
Go down singles, bro.
They ran bro. Whoa,
Very-
singles. You said that derogatory.
No, it's Ranbats. It's Ranbats.
Okay, soulful.
Hold on. Don't worry. I got a singles team too. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Another successful event.
Yeah.
All hand in hand.
Okay,
yeah.
but like I was here because like I was told that people might want to talk. We got nothing.
Yeah, where's Mark? I need to talk to him right now.
Maybe wanna.
Why?
What are we talking about?
Reasons.
You can ping right now.
We're just a bunch of late surgeon and closer players ruminating about how our horses didn't decide to win.
Yeah, dude, that was fucked up. By the way, I literally the entire fucking event. I was like, oh man, I wonder how the backline's gonna do. And it's like,
Oh,
ooh.
I mean,
You fucking died, bro.
I won't get into.
I chose the more gambly Uma, which was my old Taiki, versus putting in a Smart Falcon that I did build for this sprint, which if you know anything about building Smart Falcon, you know that building parents starting from last week and then running it is a lot of time spent
Oh, yeah, I mean,
just to throw her away.
two of my
But-
teammates are Smart Falcon.
We can all
Shout outs to
Smart
Doc,
Falcon.
bro. But they carried us on their backs. and by us, I mean me. I was like
We-
4th, 6th, 7th, I guess, bro.
I think Pick finally kind of showed that if he
I'm
went
Mark,
all
here
out, he
you
probably
are.
would just win.
Oh, what's going on in here?
We have unfinished business.
Just some
Oh, me and you?
boy.
Oh, you talking about me?
2, 1.
I guess, bro.
Guys, what side are you on? Are you inside Preg W or are you inside the rest of his team? Well, what's your take on drama here?
From what I
Wait,
hear,
wait, wait.
Kids?
from what I hear, Cass was helping other people, so I mean, your coach should be coaching
Scandalous.
you.
Yeah, that's an unfaithful
America
coach.
status.
All right, so we're all on side team rest of his team, right? Is that where we're
I
at?
can't have an opinion
Rest
on
of his
this
team?
because it was my teammate, so I got to sit this one out.
My experience with Cos W, holy shit.
Okay, so
Oh my God.
What I prove right? What I do? Oh my god, this ear is like.
So
Yeah,
actually,
real
Burb,
quick.
you're the only one not visited. Do you have any thoughts that you want to say on stream?
It's not working. Oh well. You can see the hair clip too.
Oh,
What's the analysis, Bub?
I made a choice and it didn't work out.
You sound so sad.
Yeah.
I put killer tunes on a gold chip and it didn't proc at all. So
that was crazy. I got to admit, yeah, that one is pretty.
You
that's
did.
pretty
say it's crazy. You
yeah,
say it's
I don't know.
crazy.
We tried to fix the wing a
It was
bit, but
bold.
I couldn't get it to really work out. But it's fun.
But yeah, Verb, like
Hmm?
you got some good points today. How do you feel about the event?
Oh, that's good. I mean, like I said, it's a learning and a networking event, and it's solved that problem. I don't
Awesome.
mince word. There's a couple of balance things that could go better, but that's going to be ironed out in time for sure. So
Yeah, definitely.
so nice.
Yeah. Well,
There's a reason why I don't stream. I'm not really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm kind of like you. Not really anymore, but like kinda. I can relate. That wasn't very relatable. My bad. I'm gonna go outro now. Goodbye, everyone.
See ya.
All right. I'm just gonna outro, guys. Thanks again, Terumi, Mono, Brickbat, Destin, Capbomb. Am I forgetting someone?
lost Destin. He was here.
No,
What do you
Destin wants
I
to
mean,
do other stuff.
Yeah, this was pretty long. I think he left.
But
The hell, I didn't-
thank you to everyone who helped make this possible. This started as a vague idea, and it ended up becoming real. Because I think Terumi, you were like one of the first people who was like super on board with it.
Yeah, I think when was this? It was just like way early, even more before December probably. What even?
Yeah, it was like late last year for sure.
Yeah, what I don't even know what. I think it was just like we wanted to do another event and something related to like maybe like team trials or something, and it just seemed like a nice way to learn and meet new people. You know, so making a creator event just makes sense. So. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, shouts to Saya, man. This guy, like his execution ability is on point.
Damn, how am I supposed to like follow that up? Shout out to me.
Yeah, I'll take that shit. Yo, I was speaking with our good friend Fortnite God 2016, and he was just saying something. He's like, "Brickbat, who's gonna step up? It has to be you." And then he just says immediately after that, "Well, it could be me too." And that's what you got to think like. You know, you gotta realize that we all have autonomy, and sometimes we're just good at things.
Oh, okay. Shout out to me. I'm so good at this. No one does Uma tournaments like I do because that's just real. Like no one actually does. Like barely anyone does, and yeah. If you want an event to happen that is run pretty well, DM me, etc. Always looking for funding to do cooler things. Also traveling to like every fighting game major / regional in the next year.
You show up to your local Uma brackets, guys. I know it shows up in every fighting game local. I've seen it. It's in Arizona, and Arizona is like a land of death and desolation. So
actually, we gotta head over to the New Jersey one sometime, Mono.
Oh yeah, the one in NJIT.
Yeah, we gotta go to Iron Grid sometime.
Yeah, when's the next one?
Like early May. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm saying like Uma has been showing up in a lot of FGC stuff and a lot of like side bracket stuff. So it's like I'm of the mind that it is like one of the ultimate side bracket games, and I suggest that if you're super passionate, you should, and you have level of organizational ability, you should try giving a shot of running stuff at your locals and like spreading the word. So I think this game is super fun to watch. So
Thank you to everyone who decided to participate and coach, especially coaches. Like this was a huge time investment for every single coach. Even the ones that took it less seriously, it was still a huge time investment for them.
Yeah.
So thank you very, very much to all of the coaches for making this possible. Thanks to all the players for being so on board. We got so many signups that we couldn't realistically like process them all, right? Like we had a lot of slots. This kind of event usually doesn't have this many players in it, but even with this many players, it was like a fraction of the people that applied. So thank you to everyone who was interested. And yeah, to participants, there will be a feedback form going out. So please fill that out. So if I do something like this again, it'll be even better. And Brickback, I lost.
I think that it was just a huge time investment from like literally everyone, coaches and players. I mean, there was a moment where I forgot who was, but someone was talking about the hours that they'd put in, and everyone just started like hour checking each other, and like pretty much everyone has who participated in this tourney has played 80 hours or more in the past 2 weeks. Like I think specifically, I didn't get to mention it, but when we were interviewing JC, he was mentioning like, yeah, I'm balancing this and slashback and stuff, and that guy still put in like 40 something hours into this game, like in between traveling.
It was like 70 something, no?
Yeah, it could have been that, like, or yeah, something like that. Like I think it was 40 hours this week, but it was like some like crazy amount for how busy his schedule was, and I think that making the time for this and all that, as someone who like, yeah, someone who just like watched from the sidelines and saw how much people were participating in the event, just huge shout out to how much everyone showed up and tried.
Yeah. What else?
I got something. If you guys like more Umamusume content, show up on this stream this weekend where we're starting off the first week of the Uma League, a 7 week long 5v5 competitive Umamusume league with a lot of familiar faces that you guys might recognize. So, and a lot of new ones too. So, show up here 9:30 p.m. EST for our first stream match on this channel on Saturday.
Yeah, and I think this is the year that I'm gonna be trying to do a lot more stuff. I know if I doubt anyone's here from OS, but if any of my strikers know,
I am.
Okay, well, not you.
Okay, wow.
You know me already, but like I've been doing a lot of like tournament stuff that hasn't really been like me. But the side duck brand has to get out there, It's got to be me doing this thing because I'm doing this thing. So this is the year. And yeah, thank you to everyone. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.